we the same team?
No, we can't. If we're on the same team, is that same team? But you were not.
Oh, I wasn't there.
I don't think you were there that day. No, you hadn't joined yet. I think it was one of the ones where we made it to like the knockout stage, and they beat us by 1-0. I was like. I fought around and I actually found out.
You found out.
You know one of those things where like, I wasn't even mad that the headbutt itself. It was the fact that like it was this guy's
the thing is, you have to be able to read people or the ones that you can fuck around with.
But I don't
the
know
ones
this
that
guy.
you don't fuck
But I don't know this guy.
No, you can tell from the way they walk and the way they talk. You can tell.
I couldn't tell. Like,
Quick.
As far as I was concerned, I was the one you don't fuck around to find out. Apparently, no. I was not. I found out.
Backyardbants.
It's that good shit.
Check, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. This is Backyardbants, the #1 comedy podcast. I say it with my chest every time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 100.
Pop.
So if you heard Reney when he said that we should have had like confetti and whatever, we left our celebration up to your imagination.
Yeah.
So however you choose to celebrate it, whether it's with confetti, whether it's with banger, we're solid. Think of us as a green screen.
I get fireworks for car.
You get fire.
Let's let it out.
Let
that shit.
As long as you don't do it indoors,
Take
that's
screenshots
fine.
when you are listening to it, post it on Instagram, and then put those balloons that be dropping or something. Put something.
No,
yeah.
when you finish your
and then tag Bants.
We have to toast.
Okay. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by my nearest and dearest of friends, plus a few special people.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this evening's neighbors are, we'll get into all of that shit, but they're very, very near and dear to me specifically for a lot of reasons, and I'm sure to everybody for other kinds of reasons. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with that end. Vibes Minister?
Yeah. It's 100th episode in this ministry. It's your man NImi, aka Dafri Eagle, aka Triple E, aka the Patricia Eagle, aka you know what has been popping. Let's get it popping.
One name. Give it to them. Give it papa.
I don't know.
You know. I think I should be going first.
No. It's good like that because it's like cosine graph.
You're the calm after the storm.
Yeah, exactly, because I can't go. After that energy, I'll not just come out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Naza, talk to him. Yeah, it's Naza.
It's Naza.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by the powerhouse of the podcast.
What's up? It's your girl Shamsi, aka Tonamo.
You clap the boy.
I saw him breathing.
I got you.
He breathing.
I even choked on my own introduction.
Let me tell you how I've been practicing. You know when you spray deodorant, right? You got to run away from the washroom so you don't choke. So I spray deodorant and I put on my palm slippers. Now collect comb and then run away. So by that time I'm holding my breath.
All this time you'll be holding his breath.
That's how I've been practicing.
Wow.
That's deep.
He has been holding the pole.
But you do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by someone who is, first of all, I want to give her flowers while she can smell it.
Yeah.
She's been to technically all our live shows.
Have you?
Actually.
Last one.
Yeah, she was at the last one. She was? Yeah, she's been a listener of the pod.
She was on the red hair.
Yeah,
she was loud.
But
I mean, like her hair.
I cannot see her, Sha.
she's rightfully in her own lane, a content creator, someone who is, dominating the industry as a fashion model, and everything she lays her hands on. But again, she supported the podcast, and when the podcast was still nothing, she's been on it, she supported it, she's been to all the live shows. So ladies and gentlemen, please show some love to the one they call NImi.
Yeah.
Hi, it's NImi, aka Skittles
With the Y.
Taste the rainbow.
She had to
Taste the
I've been
rainbow.
teaching her Sky too. I thought it was Skyttles.
No. It's Skittles. Just like Hazard's with the
With
Y.
the
She has with the Y. So
Yeah.
she has to now explain it because it's Skittles with the Y.
Yeah.
It becomes our intro.
Oh.
Because it's not only me.
Nice.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not me that
No, guys,
between
it's
Skyttles.
only.
No. Why did you think she had to be saying with the Y?
I never thought about it. I just thought I just it's crazy that you know that is it.
Yeah, because I'm paying attention.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's crazy.
It's crazy because sometimes when you say you see someone, you see their brother, you see the same people, but nah, it's never been like this with this other nigga. Everybody, whenever we tell this person, whenever we say this is Emina's brother, people's like, that's a lie.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
That's an exact lie.
No, or you hear the opposite. Oh, now I see. Yeah.
It makes
I was
sense.
thinking there's so. I said no, you weren't. You weren't.
But ladies and gentlemen, this next gentleman, I came to Canada almost the same time with this man. I've known him for at least a decade. We've done so many things together. We've been in business together. We've conquered. We've started. We've ended. He's a brother. If I could ever have a blood brother, he would be one of my blood brothers. So, ladies and gentlemen, this man is an entrepreneur. He's an event producer, fashion aficionado.
Vocabulary. English.
I don't even know what that means.
For me, I don't know the meaning of the word. That you
It
just
just
described.
means that he's really good at it.
Ladies and
Yeah?
gentlemen, he's
Love
a
it.
daytime party connoisseur. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, now you know. Reney Fresh, talk to him.
Man, what more can I say?
You did not practice your English.
I was gonna win it.
practicing on the other.
I was so focused on you guys. I did not think I was gonna
You didn't say it's
introduce
your boy
myself.
Renny.
No,
aka
but yeah.
No, this can be your boy. Is your mind ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Renny, aka Renny Fresh,
aka
my father's first
aka
son.
my father's best son, aka
Renny the
President
MC.
of Vibes,
AKA Ozigzaga.
aka Ozigi Saga. You know,
So where did that one go
yeah. I think what did I-
Ozigzaga is the name of a very tall
masquerade.
masquerade in Benin.
Yeah, it's a famous masquerade. Ozigi Saga.
Zigzaga
Zaga won.
was little.
Yeah. So,
Him, one of my uncles.
Before we jump into anything, I just want to give a big shout out to Nathan, who is currently behind the scenes doing the Lord's work. We appreciate you, my
Nathan.
brother.
90s Nathan.
Shout out to AJ Styles for having us in his place of business.
Club 216.
Shop at AJ African Grocery, and then come turn up at Club 216 on the weekends.
you know.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 100. Again, the reason why we've had these people are people who have just shamelessly plugged in the podcast, shamelessly put us on their back, fought for us on Twitter, spoken about us everywhere, and even when we are not necessarily in the right, but they're still with us. So that's the reason why we have these special guests. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of other people that are special out there, but
They're the ones that can make it.
exactly,
Or that can fit the number.
exactly.
I don't care.
about
We're
to
the
say,
most.
'cause
We're
they
the
love
most
people.
special.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah,
but,
Michael could have made it today.
Oh, that would have been nice.
yeah.
It's a household.
Yeah. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody been? Renny, let's start with you. How have
Let's
you
start with
been?
me, but before we get to that, I need to give you your flowers.
Shit.
Okay, so this episode 100, I've been watching since episode 1. I love what you guys are doing. You guys are funny. I'm just always dying in my shower. I'll be talking to you guys. I'll be in the shower rubbing, scrubbing my body, and they say something. I'll be like, no,
Pause.
it's something else. But then I realize I'm not actually in the podcast. I'll be having conversation. I'll be driving. It's backyardbants, so it just feels like family. But I want to congratulate you guys for episode 100.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
it's an amazing feat, and also I think you guys are part of the maybe top 10% of podcasters around the world
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
reach 100 episode 100.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, amidst all the availability issues.
Wow.
Anybody can catch it. We're just getting started.
No, he prepared for 100 episodes.
Yes, amidst all the availability issues, you guys still made it here,
Yeah.
and
Scheduling
it would not be possible. So I just want to say, thanks to God, because
Yeah,
health is
for
always
sure.
is a big deal.
Unforeseen circumstances.
Unforeseen, yeah, but you guys, this is a big deal, and I want you guys to be proud of what you've accomplished. Even if you don't do anything after this, episode 100 is a big deal.
Thank you.
And with that being said, I want us to toast real quick. All right. So everyone
Toast.
grab a cup. All right. To shout out to Backyard
For everybody
Bants.
that's listening, we're
For everybody that's
toasting.
listening, yes,
Yeah,
we're
we have
toasting.
like
We're
our cups
toasting.
up.
Shout out to Dre for being the
The head.
pillar.
The anchor. The anchor.
Shout out to all of you guys. But
You're doing a pillar, doing a foundation, doing a
No, without you, there's no backyard pants.
doing a plaster.
But let's do episode 100. And if you guys decide to continue, 100 more.
Yeah.
And to more life, to more family,
Amen.
Yeah.
and to everything nice.
More neighbors.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Cheers,
yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Guys.
Nathan, cheers.
This Nathan boy is always working.
Nathan's
man.
first.
Every time I've seen Nathan, he's working. I need
Nathan's
to
first
personally
tax.
request for leave of absence.
His first tax this evening was to steal my cup. It's
No
okay.
shit.
Thank you for your hard work.
Thank you for the hard work.
Thank you for your hard work.
Awesome.
He said like 2 times. He was saying, "Oh, if you guys continue, they tell you say we don't want to continue." So,
No, but I miss all the availability problems.
He's shooting your shot.
It's very, very possible that
It's not gonna happen again.
you might just decide to move to Thailand and not even tell us
Thailand.
until after 1 year. He'll be
Not
like,
the
"Oh."
idea. You've given us an idea
No,
now.
but you ask him where is he? He'll tell you, I'm doing
Listen.
business. I'm tired of NASA, bro. But you asked me, what was the question?
Yeah, so how was your week been?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
the week,
so-
like the past week, not this new week.
past week. My past week has been great, honestly. I had a gig on Sunday and I came back and my foot was swollen, and I couldn't move properly. But regardless of that, I was still outside.
The summer
When
baby.
is Reney not outside?
I was still outside. I was doing my thing. But for the most part, it was chill, nothing too crazy. But yeah.
It's dope, man. Nimi, how's your past week been?
My week's been pretty chill. Just work, getting stuff done. Yeah, pretty much. I've had a pretty chill week, I guess.
Good shit.
Yeah.
What's crazy? Like whenever I call Nimi, it's like a 3-time. Like I have to call her like 3 times, and then you get a text message. I'm at work. So I call her today. Second ring, she picked up. And she was like, at first I says, "You're off today." I was like, yes.
It's
So
a
she's
100th
off.
episode miracle.
when she's off, she picks up the second goal.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me. So you're
That's
busy.
crazy.
With that.
That's crazy.
I tried.
Now
I think she's just focused. She's just really focused.
I don't know if that's a shot now.
No, it's not a shot. It just means if you call me, whether I'm at work or anything, I'll pick up. But some people are
So
really
you're,
focused.
you're
like,
not.
focused.
So you're not focused.
You know the fact this guy went to Ottawa when he went to
not very
apply for this thing.
Yeah.
I made my sister a receptionist. She was the one picking his calls while he was working.
Yeah. They called me. I was literally in the midst of a meeting. My phone blew up. The Ottawa High Commission was calling me. I pick up the phone. I'm like, she took it.
handle the business.
Oh, by the way,
she handled the business.
this guy had one of the funniest fumbles ever.
Let's
so far.
you let Nimi talk.
Let
us talk about how our day was. We have
But
so
this
much
guy
to
went to
talk
the
about.
embassy. and bro,
Don't
it's
tell them,
the
don't tell them.
funniest- It's the funniest. No, we
Let
have to
everybody say how they are, but I will tell the story from my own
from your own point of
perspective.
yes.
POV. Perspective.
Naza, how about you? How's your?
And my week has been good. Last week was quite busy because I had some guys coming from the UK. So I had to show them around. But that was when I realized that I really did not know much about this Toronto.
Or Oshawa.
Or Oshawa. Yeah.
Because that happened the week before that.
The week before that, a friend of mine came in from Montreal. And I had no plan. Like I didn't know what
How would
to
you have
do.
And then they showed up to the house at 9 p.m. saying, "Guy,
What's
what's the plan?"
Where
What's
we
the
going?
plan? Where are we going?
No. In my defense,
On a Monday.
Nasa
Monday
would have-
night.
On a Monday.
Monday
what,
night.
What do you want to do
in my
on Monday
defense,
night?
the
Oshawa.
plan was to surprise me now.
Eh.
No. That was what it was.
Yeah.
That was what it was. One of our boys.
Which was successful.
Yeah, that part of the plan was
That
successful.
part of the plan.
But the
But
rest
then you don't know what else.
Now the rest.
Not even food, nothing.
No,
he didn't plan
I didn't
that far.
listen. I
They are lucky they didn't come on a Sunday because Mas would have taken them to church.
no. He
Be like, come, let's praise the Lord.
which is good, but after church, how far? Where will you go?
no. But yeah, so a lot of I had to be Mississauga like Monday night, and then I was late downtown till Wednesday. Saturday I had to go to Toronto Island.
Wow.
It was just yeah,
That
bro.
must have been fun though.
That's crazy. That's you?
Yeah,
All
it
this
was-
movement, right?
It was listen. That's why I've not recovered from that whole week till now. Guy,
You're really outside more than I thought you would be.
No, but I told you why, right? These people came from.
There's only one reason.
Yeah, and they were like, bro, these people are connect, fam. Like they were. they're big,
Connect.
big people, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you know the
money,
truth.
that's why, man.
It's crazy. I had that experience last week because it kind of like buttressed the point that these guys were making.
It's a
Exactly.
buttress.
Yeah.
I tried.
You're paying attention. Keep tabs of the words.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because that was when what they said was like, I think these guys are really, really true. Because like
They had value.
yeah, bro. Nah, I think I'll go in depth like off air. Guy,
It's off air. You guys never actually do it.
If you know what they happen for off air, after we finish, like okay, I see you guys.
yeah, no, but it was really good, man. It was
That's
really
good. That's
Yeah.
good. Emina, how about you?
It was just chill, man. It's chill.
Nothing happened.
More fun to people's life.
Nothing happened.
To be honest, I forgot what happened last week. I don't go lie. I don't think anything important happened, and I've had a long weekend, so I'm off till today because of Canada Day. So I have to take 1 week day off this week. Right. So we don't get like a public holiday next week, like on a Monday.
So you're working on Monday?
Because Saturday still falls this week, so I have to take one day off. So that's today. So I'm good. But yeah.
So wait, are you working on Saturday?
Yes. No, I'm not working on Saturday.
You're working on the Monday.
I'm not scheduled for Saturday, but
he's
I have
working
to
on
get
Monday.
the vacation for that day.
Oh.
So that means Monday.
But your Monday. Oh, your Monday.
This month, today, I know work today.
He took it
How about
before.
next week Monday?
He's going to work.
That one
next
is
Monday.
It's another week.
It doesn't concern me yet.
Oh, he hasn't planned for it.
It's open.
Yeah, it's
full
open, yeah.
schedule,
Okay.
He's working. That's what it means.
Yeah, makes sense.
Crazy.
Tanamo,
What's poppin'?
how's your week been? Or your
Brand
past
new wave
week?
just hopped in.
My week. It was mostly like a lot of work stuff because it's end of the year, so we're getting ready to like
It's end of the
Report
year.
cards.
end of the school year. End of the school year, so that means report cards. That means staying up late. That means graduations, merit ceremonies. Means cleaning the classes, getting ready for it to be empty.
You guys are the ones that do all those things too.
Yeah.
When I be teacher slash house
And on top
We
of
do
that,
all of that.
And on top of that, the reviews they give the students all have to be positive.
Yeah, I
Nobody
can't.
they
I can't
fail.
say your kid
Nobody they
can't do
fail, yeah.
this. I can't say
Yeah,
that.
you have to say everything nice.
So yeah, I
Actually,
attended this.
it's
I attended this
Very.
graduation ceremony recently, and it really made me realize that I don't really like the Canadian school system.
It's very complicated.
We went to this, so it was a grade 8 graduation. There was one girl there. She was valedictorian.
Yeah,
She won one STEM award and won another award.
yeah,
If it was in Nigeria, that girl would have carried all the awards.
yep.
But in Canada, you can't do that.
They have to make it fair.
You have to share it.
Yeah.
Why?
That's just
because
how it
you're
is.
not thinking about the other kids.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of nonsense is this.
Because parents will create a full riot about the fact, why didn't you think about my
The
kid and all
riot.
that
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah. No, full blown. Like,
And this is
absolutely.
like this is
Right,
a
it's
school,
crazy.
like it's a
Yeah.
private school. So these people are paying money as well.
Yeah.
I can't come now and the only one person is taking. Because in the school we went to, we know how it is in
it's
Nigeria.
private school.
And
It's private school, but
Now one boy on award day.
Yeah.
Now one boy. Let's call his name. His name is what name should we give him? Let me
Emeka.
Stewie. Or Sister Emeka or something. You'll be like biology, Stewie.
Yeah.
English, Stewie.
In my school at some point.
Igbo language, Chukwudebelu, Chukwuemeka.
The-
And then mathematics, Stewie.
Yeah.
Science, Stewie.
At some point, still he would just stay there.
No, they test
Yeah.
Stewie to just
Just
stay
wait
there.
there.
And then
They'll
just you
list
just
all
see
your
with all
classes,
the awards
yeah.
like this.
And then use basket are taken. Canada, they're trying to share it so that everybody
That's
doesn't-
actually bad.
I'm like, what
That's
kind
why,
of nonsense?
that's why by the
Yeah.
time they become serial killers, it's already too late.
And you can't
because
fail.
they skip all the bad omens and all the bad behaviors.
Yeah. And that's why when
Until when it's too late,
When
they
they-
shoot up places and do all these things.
when they
By the
grow
time it's too
older,
late.
they have that mentality of everybody's a winner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, everybody's not a winner. In life, everybody's not a winner.
That's
Deal
the
with
issue.
you.
Like
man. That's the issue.
I heard that thing first in Canada. I'm like, what is everybody's a winner?
But no, but I feel like they're just trying to place more focus on the positive aspects.
Which
No,
is
in
what
life, there's
but-
positive
But
and negative.
how can you
both
develop
have to live.
when you are not working on your weaknesses? When you don't know when you don't know
What is what? What is what? What is what?
Yeah, like the positive and negative have
Yes,
to both
absolutely.
exist in perfect harmony.
yeah,
See, the
right?
thing
you
is,
can learn to work harder.
They
Like-
are trying to work on the weaknesses without actually calling you
without
out
calling
on
them
it
out
in
on
a
it.
negative way.
How do you call them out on their weaknesses?
Inform
Give us
them.
example.
but that's the thing.
Huh?
Because the way
You
it is.
phrase it positively.
Like
Yeah,
what?
you
Give us
phrase it-
phrase.
Okay, so
Phrase my
I do
weakness
it in French,
positively.
but like in English, for
Translate this
example,
thing.
let's say the kid cannot write in cursive. Okay, you'll say
Can I
for
write it? Right?
cursive.
Cursive.
What's it that?
Is that wait? You know the
Come on,
slang
you don't know
here.
what
It's
cursive
Oh, calligraphy.
Yes.
Not call
calligraphy, but you get the idea.
Yes.
Close.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
get it.
Handwriting, yeah.
That book that they
handwriting.
give us
What
when
is
we're in
called
primary school,
calligraphy?
Where you
Wait,
have to do
no,
certain
is that-
letters and
Yes.
Cursive.
yeah, cursive.
Okay.
So
Another-
let's say the
another word
student
for
cannot
the-
write in cursive. You can't write in the report card. Or your student cannot
wow,
write in
sorry.
cursive. No,
Okay.
no. You have to say this student should work on advancing or pushing in a positive way to work more on cursive writing.
But here's what I'm saying in this part, right? Here's what I'm saying in this part.
Is that your phone?
Like that just tells them, okay, it's not a call for action per se. It's not an emergency for them. Like, say you get like F, you see the big F.
There's no
you
F.
understand? Or they would.
What do you mean
There's no F.
There's no
There's
F.
no F. I'm telling you. But in Nigeria, you see
Until
like
you get
see
to
the F.
intermediate
Yeah.
level.
You see,
So past sixth
bro,
grade.
I'm telling you,
That's
primary one,
crazy.
primary two, Reney, like how we do our school, like first, second, and third, they go on the podium.
Yes, you go on the
F,
podium.
you will find your teacher will just write
Yeah.
Chinedu does not focus in class.
class.
Chinedu is always absent. Chinedu always dirties
Yep.
his clothes. You see all these things,
Yeah.
and,
Know
and
exactly
guess what?
what
They are
Chinedu
calls
has
for
been up to.
action.
Yeah.
Where it's like you are bad at this, focus on this or whatever.
yeah.
But the other one, if you
It's
sugarcoat
clear.
it, it means that they can be passable. They can still go through life doing bare minimum. So it's not like there's a part that you should improve that, right?
Yeah.
But it's not calling to action for them to work on that. They feel like they can go through life being the bare
No, not
minimum.
really.
Trust me,
I feel
I
like
went
it's just
through-
gentle learning, gentle teaching, gentle parenting.
And
That's
that's
how
But
how
it
life
it
is not gentle.
It works. It
when
works.
it's you.
Yeah.
It works.
It works out
I
well.
feel like it works. I feel like it
For some
works
people.
for some people, right? Obviously, like there would be children that you will have to take more strict, more serious approaches towards.
Yeah.
But I feel like at the end of the day, right, they're still children. So
Yeah.
you gotta. You know, I mean, I don't know if it's because like we have like a whole strong background of parenting, but I feel like gentle approaches actually work better than that
tough approach.
Tough approach.
Yeah.
See, I think
It depends on the kid.
It depends on the
It depends on
kid.
the
Yeah,
kid.
And I
everybody.
can
And
tell
it
you
depends
from
on the parents
experience
at home.
because
At home,
And-
parents at home.
and I think also the time when kids are in their formative years,
Timing, yes.
should not be.
that's not time for gentle approach.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Kids will test you.
Yeah, that is their nature. Even when they are
test
really young, they can't even speak. They know good from bad a little bit. They want to see how far can. That's why picking feed. Like, okay, let me not speak. Like a child can be with the mom and be misbehaving, or the dad and be misbehaving. But when the other one comes that they know will not take that rubbish, they will cooperate.
You have to
They'll
do
focus.
good cop,
You know what I'm
bad
saying?
cop as
Like,
a parent.
yeah,
Yes.
so this one of no, like
Has to be balanced.
tell
though.
the
Yeah. Kids
Yeah,
will
maybe
test
that's
you.
what it is. Maybe
Kids
that's
will
what it
test
is. It should
you,
be
yeah.
balanced.
In my
Maybe
sec- in
not
my school,
completely off.
the F they write it in red pen.
Red pen.
So
Yeah,
from
no,
far,
red
from
pen.
far
Yeah,
you can
always
tell
red
how many
It's
F
always
you
red
get.
pen. Yes.
Yeah, they're telling me
the
there's no
furthest
F.
the lowest you'll go is a D.
Damn.
D. I
And
want to E.
Was it that
but-
Chris that the lowest you go is a D? You now enter university and you can collect F in university.
Yeah, nah, okay.
That's why
No,
most of
you
them. That's why
enter-
most
you
of
enter
them.
high
That's why they
school.
don't drop out.
Yeah.
You
that's
enter
why most
high
of them
school
drop
and
out.
you can collect up.
Nah, man, you should fix
But
that
primary,
thing,
you
bro.
don't fail.
And
Don't
guess
feel.
what? They don't
So you
Fail at all.
always
You can be in sixth grade and not be able to read and you'll still pass.
What do you
and you'll
mean
still
you
pass.
can't read?
See?
No, 100%.
See, and you still pass. They gentle parenting.
Is you that say,
100%.
you say Jetu now? See what Jetu gets you?
I have real life
Because-
examples. Like
But then
Yeah.
are there
I
like
deal with
extra
students that are in sixth grades that cannot read.
But then are there like extra classes or extra approaches
No.
to assist the
There's
student?
no
If
lesson.
the
There's no lesson
parent,
class
if
here.
the parent does not agree and does not sign, you cannot do anything.
You cannot do
to
anything.
it.
Yeah.
Tough.
That's the thing.
But then at the end of it, that would be the parents' issue to face moving forward, like in that type of situation.
Exactly.
It's the parents, is the society.
whole
because
conversation on
It's
this.
a whole
everything is the whole
discussion.
thing. It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like I think to some of this parents, looking at it from outside, because it's OSAP, like free healthcare, free education. I don't think they has
It's not free
invested.
anymore.
Oh, it's not?
OSAP, you
Oh,
don't
no,
have
no,
the
OSAP,
part.
No, education.
Some
Education.
sort now, in
Oh,
primary
free
education,
education,
in
like
Up until,
primary.
like,
Okay.
yeah, primary and like
Yeah.
high school, right?
Yeah.
They're not as invested as some of our parents that
Yeah, if
when
you
they're
pay money
paying
for the
school
private
fees.
school, yeah.
By the time I
Sure.
cough out, you know how much some people are paying for.
Yeah.
You have to bring something
Work hard,
worth
you have
it
to bring
back
something
home. You have to
worth it at
do
home.
it. So that's why maybe here you can do gentle parenting because you're not paying anything.
It comes with it.
Yeah.
How will I be saving my income and be paying your tuition and I'm gentle with my parenting?
That report card. Bring that report card.
I think the opposite will happen because the parents will now feel like they are wasting their money for you to not actually
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
discipline the children, so
Yeah.
they will come for your
What?
food.
Gentle parenting.
Like,
There's none of that.
Do you know what I have? Do you know other things I have to do with my money?
no,
I'm
no.
paying your
Children are
tuition.
different. I feel like children are different, Sha. To be honest, I'm a big fan of kids. So I feel like children are different.
No, we're
I
all
feel like
big
it
fan of-
depends.
No, we're a
It
big fan of
depends.
kids.
No, I feel like
calm
it just
down. Don't be saying
depends.
we.
It depends
we.
on.
Speak
It
for
just
yourself.
depends.
Speak for yourself.
It depends on the child.
It depends on the child. Like your approach depends on the child. Being a parent or being someone that is constantly around children depends on.
Did
you
you?
know,
Nimi,
you have
did
to
you
just.
go to school in Nigeria?
Yeah, I did.
You did secondary school,
Yeah.
everything, right? Okay.
I feel like
Private
you just.
school?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Catholic school. It was pretty strict.
Were you bullied back home?
Yeah.
So she's coming from the opposite side of the trauma.
She
Yeah.
From
doesn't
the
want
receiving end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I mean, I think we all went through the trauma, but
Yeah.
we all came out on different sides.
from
Yeah.
different sides, and we took
Yeah,
our
yeah.
the lessons learned.
The lessons
Yeah,
learned
lessons
was
learned
different.
are very different
Yeah, yeah.
perspectives. Okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Some of us are even thankful for those lessons.
Yes.
Bro,
Yeah,
telling
we
you,
needed those
facts.
lessons.
Could have been coming out somewhere else.
Some of the lessons were very unnecessary, but
But he's okay.
we thank the Lord.
A lot
It
of
makes us well-rounded, well-versed.
How's your week? You have an interesting.
Yes, sir. What was your week?
Oh shit, man.
All I saw was flights. So
Oh yeah, Himas was
Right.
on tour.
on tour.
globetrotting. Himas was
He's on tour.
tour. Yes.
I was on the road.
No, on. Say it.
You were in the air. You which road?
I was about to say
Yes,
it
please
because you were
tell
catching
us,
flights.
tell us what you were doing, what you were up to.
Oh, yeah.
I had the opportunity to open up for Basket Mount.
Pew, 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 pew. Oh, this one don't get out.
By the way,
You add it
it's
in
not
the
just
edit.
one location.
Not just one location.
Yeah.
In Winnipeg, Calgary, and Toronto last night.
And
Wow.
And
is the 30th happening too?
the 30th is happening.
Possibly, yeah.
And then
Where's
it's
that one going to
Ottawa.
be?
Toronto.
Just Toronto again.
Second
And it's
day.
Ottawa.
It's the first day sold out.
That's sick.
Yeah. It's tiring, man. It's different flying when you're not rich, man. When you don't have money.
You have money in Jesus' name.
I have like I mean I have money, but
You're
like
rich.
Thriving. We're thriving.
we're thriving.
Thriving.
Exactly, we're thriving. We're
Let me
thriving.
get a clap.
Your
clap.
girl.
It's different traveling when the resources are not on your hands.
On your hand, exactly. I like how you worded it
Yeah.
because you know
Positive.
you know that we're like
Then I gentle.
Exactly.
They're too hoping.
Gentle correction.
with a positive remark.
Negative.
No negative.
Energy
No
over
negative
here.
energy out here. No F's. No. We Canada now.
He's a winner.
Don't give me.
We need fun here.
No, it was an exciting trip. Again, just blessed with opportunities to be able to do the things that I love.
Awesome.
And yeah, I'm excited, man. And
How was
you know,
the show? Like the actual show?
again, I loved Winnipeg and Calgary even more so, but because they don't get a lot of comedy shows from that point of view, right?
Yeah.
And so they're eager to come out and see comedy and enjoy it. But you know, Toronto has been spoilt. I've
They're
said
used
it.
to it.
So they're used to just seeing all kinds of comedians, and so like now it's just kind of like just whatever. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And obviously, like the first show in Toronto, it was a logistical. Sorry, Hunter, but it was a logistical nightmare. And again, it had to do with.
Oh, you're apologizing to the.
And I have to apologize to the promoter because he booked before the show, and I know he's working hard.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of going to all the cities. And then for Toronto yesterday, they missed their morning flight, so they got here at 4 p.m. So he had to then run to the venue and start, you know, obviously. So that kind of thing hinders the progress.
It just adds more stress to everybody. else.
Yeah. And he's kind of like very, very little. He does have a big team, so it's a lot of
That can be tough.
Exactly. So that's the reason why, again, the show, obviously, amongst other reasons, but the show was kind of like delayed. And if you have people there, because the problem I have is when people start showing up early and we're not ready, right? I mean, they're not
And
ready.
guests don't understand the
Because we are always ready as
logistics.
backyard
Yeah.
bants.
Guests don't understand the
Because they
logistics.
have expectations. You're telling me on the flyer, it's this time. I'm here. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, and so it's
And
like,
they bought ticket.
They did.
We need to.
You're right. We need to.
They spent money.
Whenever money comes into the equation, people need to understand that it's a different
it's a
conversation.
different
Yeah,
conversation.
full.
Yeah. But other than that, it's been great so far. Again, you know, just be able to elevate in the things that we do, as everybody does here as well. So I'm thankful.
That's actually just talking about that elevation. Like, tell us about your experiences so far, fully going into stand-up comedy, because it has been in your discussion in like the past few years,
Yeah.
and then this within this past year, you eventually fully went into it and starting from the grassroots of that side of entertainment. And tell us your journey so far. Like,
I think for me, I've always wanted to do stand-up. I just never knew how to get into it. And so I started with MCing, and I always said that eventually it will branch out. And I think I've complained to Reney and Mina about it.
MCing for us.
Not necessarily completely, but I've always wanted to make that jump, And I think last year, shout out to Ola Dada, after he headlined our comedy show,
That guy's funny.
I and him had a very serious conversation on how to like make that next necessarily dive, because there's no blueprint really. You know what I'm saying? For these things that most of the things that we're doing as creatives. I mean, people are doing it too, but it's not how do you do it, and people don't necessarily give you that information because they feel like you're going to come in and take from them. But he was very, very, very open about like information and knowledge, and then obviously shadowing Hassan. And seeing Hassan perform multiple times kind of just gives you that, if this guy can pull this number of people as an immigrant who's Muslim and still telling all these jokes, there's room for you to do it. And so it started with Comedy Unplugged officially last year. And then I just started having to just, find like make moves and just intentionally go out there, because the one thing is a lot of the things you have to do as a stand-up comedian is in Toronto. In terms of going to open mics or going to shows. And so one of the things that hindered me a lot was, I have to go out to Toronto every day and I might not even get to perform. You know what I'm saying? So people don't tell you those things. You might not even get to perform. You're show up ready to go and you can't, or you go to an open mic, you don't perform till 2 a.m. No one tells you that. The grind is long. And then when you now get your shot, it's like for 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Where I and him drove to Maryland for 8 hours. How long was I on stage? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. I've traveled all around. Calgary, Winnipeg. All my sets are 15. We are spending 4 hours flying, 2 hours flying, the multiple stress, everything you're dealing with. But again, the stand-up comedy, I love it. But I'm working towards, again, I've voiced out what I want to do in the next couple of years. And I'd like to put that out there because I want to
manifest it.
Exactly. I want to be held accountable.
Thank you. Yes.
Accountable for those things if it doesn't happen.
Write it down, paste it on your wall.
Yeah, I have mental pictures.
Yes, please.
You
gotta put it out.
Next thing now, you tell us to study in yoga.
Actually, no, I'm not a big fan.
You're not even kidding,
I'm
are
not a
you?
big fan of yoga.
All right, before we go anywhere, tell us what happened to you at the embassy.
Yes,
Jesus
Yes.
is Lord.
from your point of view, and then we'll hear Emina's point
Okay,
of
so
view.
guys, if you have been to the Nigerian
Jesus
embassy in
Christ.
Ottawa, you already know the stress, first of all. But like initially, we're used to just showing up there, right? And then you get your passport, whatever. You book appointment for the sake of booking appointment.
Yeah, just so you're in the system.
So now, first of all, you have to book appointments, and they are trying to follow the appointment. So I went to book my appointment. Now this was like in April or late April. The only available spot was in October. Jesus. I'm like, my passport is expiring in November, and I have a trip in August. There's no way I'm gonna wait that long. I'm just gonna show up. I showed up. Just wait, that's not where the problem is.
You guys are the different governments.
I showed up now, but like you show up and then people that actually had appointment that day, they were just entering. I was just standing there. First of all, they did not take care of me until the end. I literally waited so they can be sorry for me. I sat down on the floor. It was me and 3 other people. The other lady had a child. She was there. Her son was crying, everything. The guy at the door he locked up. He didn't do anything.
That big guy,
He's not even buff like that.
I think they changed the guy.
They changed
They changed him, yeah.
He's another guy.
okay.
The guy did not bulge. Like we're literally there. So the official. So long story short, I was the last person they took care of on the day. But that just giving you guys the backstory before I get to where the problem is. So when I finally got there now, they are not taking care of me. Everything was going on. So I finished and, I was happy that they took care of me and I went home only to get a call. The call that I told you guys earlier that my sister.
Yeah.
Only to realize that you're supposed to do a money order of $50 for the bag. This
Is
woman
idiot.
at the bank, she did 50 cents.
The woman at the back did 50 cents money order.
You don't understand. Like, so when they do the money order, they put it in an envelope.
Yeah.
I told the woman, see, I'm doing a money order because you have to tell them where you're doing it for.
Yeah,
So
so
that
they
they
write
write permission.
Yeah.
It's for
50
passport.
cents.
I told her exactly what it was, and I told her it's $50. There's no way I would have told the woman
50
it's 50
cents.
cents for money order. So she did it and she put it. I'm like, everything's in there. I don't need to do anything. She put this envelope, locked the envelope. I carried the envelope, put for another envelope. I thought I was sent. Everything was good. The guy was actually upset on the phone.
Yeah, because
So
I
I
thought you
thought-
were like making fun
And
of
then
him.
everything that I did on that day just flashed before my eyes. So I was just sitting down like a beggar the whole day. And then I had to now postpone like my trip. I had to now go to another BMO to get another money order and go and submit it to them.
So when you did the
Please,
second money
wait.
order, was it $49?
no, I had to
50
get my
cents.
refund. I had to get my refund for the first one back.
For the 50 cents.
No, they charge you $10. So
Oh.
this woman not only did the 50 cents, she charged me $10 for 50 cents. Like I was actually upset. Like I was actually upset. But like, who are you going to fight?
You know, Claire, but like, was it at like a BMO that was close to the High Commission?
No, I did it in Toronto here, Mississauga.
Oh, okay, because normally if you do it in Ottawa, everybody in that region knows what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
If you do it anywhere, sir, they're supposed to know.
No.
High
Then
Commission- Then you do it for
The
the
ones
High
closer to
Commission.
the-
They should know.
They will know, trust
They'll
me.
know
Closer,
better.
you know a lot
I thought the woman should know
'cause
better.
even if you go to the staples there,
Yeah,
everything
they all
else,
know.
They all
They
know.
know,
It's
they all
like
know.
we've traumatized those people.
Traumatize those people.
didn't-
Yeah,
I
everybody
didn't
knew
run
when
You
you
know the
entered there.
sizing of
So-
your picture.
yeah,
what
So now
you
you have
do.
to. So now you have to
Another
show up during your appointment dates. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So now moving forward, they actually are active on their Instagram page right now. So they post.
So
updates.
what if your thing's expiring?
So what most people are doing, actually, what I did while I was on the floor squatting, the guy pitied us after a while, told us to send an email there's an email for the Nigerian High
They
Commission.
responded to the email.
You send them. So they didn't respond at a particular time, but they responded eventually. And then we had to write down like our situation. So I think for most people, you have to send like your ticket for where you're going, tell them your situation, and
So you have to have official information
and then
saying.
they rebook. They give you a different appointment,
Gotcha.
right? So fortunately, they gave me a different appointment, and a few of my friends that went after that, they gave me a different appointment. But I think if you're going now,
So it's good to know that the embassy is trying to work, because the
They are-
reason why
they are
we
trying
all
to work,
behaved
yes.
the way we behaved was
it's
because
because there was no
there
functioning,
was no functionality.
situation there.
When you say it's trying to work, that I think you're giving them more credit than they deserve.
No, I should let me give them the credit so that we are
can
better
work even
prepared.
more.
So that we're better prepared. Because imagine now we don't, and then we just still show up.
Because
and,
when you did you get a passport that day?
but tech,
I've still not gotten my passport
So how are they working?
because they mail it to you.
Thank
after
you.
a while. Yeah, so they
And
mail
this
it
was
No, but,
when-
no, but
when-
legally
this,
though, no,
yeah.
but legally, nobody
mail it
ever
to
gets a passport the same day.
But it comes,
Yeah.
it will come the
Even
next
your
year.
Canadian
or
passport, you don't
next
get it in
few
the
days.
same day.
Okay, so the
No,
thing
you
is-
can.
You can
If you
can.
apply, if you apply,
Okay.
if you apply for like, oh, you need it because you're traveling.
Which is what he did, no?
So
No,
listen,
he's traveling in August.
the good side of what we did before is sometimes if you know person, we know person. If you know somebody that knows somebody,
You can get it the
You can
same
get
day.
it the same day.
Yeah.
Sometimes they mail it to you.
Now,
right?
if you pay somebody that
now,
knows somebody-
even if you know somebody that knows somebody,
It will still be mailed.
They'll tell you, yeah, you gotta drop it.
you got job back, you got job money,
And even with that
then-
dropping itself,
even that dropping.
Oh,
You
I,
will still get it the
I,
same
I,
day.
I,
Still
I
mail
didn't
it
tell
to
you the
you.
one time that I went there. I was so angry. The guy was like, I should give them, because I'm going back the same day.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, I should give them money. I brought the money out in public. Oh. The guy started shouting.
You can't do that.
Yeah, started
No,
shouting.
oh,
Why?
pissed me off now.
Say you won't bribe me, won't bribe me.
Yeah, you can't do
Yes,
that.
you asked
I
me
said,
now.
sir, you will collect the money
You
or
have to,
not?
you have to, you have to take
He
them
take it.
outside. He will take the money.
No, he would take it. He took it. He still took it in the
That's what he's
end.
gonna
But he
take.
wanted to form like, oh, he didn't want
Yeah, you have
bribe.
to take the money. People have seen him now. You have to cover your face. How can you receive?
But like everybody knows you collect.
Yeah.
Why you not?
Yeah, but
fronting?
you know, guys, it's like Nigerian politicians. They know everybody knows they are this, but they wouldn't.
All,
They don't want to do
all this
it.
makes me thankful for my own embassy.
Yes, be thankful. Be very
Oh
thankful.
yeah, I
because-
appreciate you. embassy.
Ours just moved to Toronto. We used to have to go to Montreal to get anything
Wow.
done or whatever.
Crazy.
So we have one that opened in Toronto.
Wow.
Literally, you just walk in. They tell you what you need. They say you need this. I need to renew my same thing, my NIN or whatever you call it. I needed to renew it before going
Wow.
back. They said you need this paper, you need your ID, address, and then we'll send you a text message to say that your thing is ready.
That's it.
Like in May, they said, "Oh, your ID is ready. You can come pick it up anytime." I'm like, the only time that I have is this day, so I'll be coming in. I came in straight, no meeting, no nothing, no appointments.
Nigerians
Even
are
that,
actually
that
suffering.
no appointments.
You know,
Just said-
Ghanaians, they don't even need to go to their embassy to renew their passport.
What do you do?
They just apply online.
They just apply online,
And they come
send their
mail it
document,
to you.
and they mail it to them.
Damn.
Okay, so yeah, we're giving them more credit than you said.
Yeah.
If Ghana is doing this, then we're giving them more
Ghanaians
credit.
don't need to go into their embassy.
No, it's
That's
actually
crazy.
bad. It's bad. Like you have to. The fastest I've gotten my passport is because I knew somebody there.
Well, yeah, that's why I had that, and that was
Man.
4 years ago because my passport is expiring next year.
but the thing is, I still know somebody there. But I wanted to form
Like
diplomatic.
proper.
Do the right way.
During
Like,
COVID,
yes.
it was even worse
Guys,
during
citizen.
COVID.
Yeah, you know you're in,
And I
you
messed
know,
up.
you know when
It was
you know when you
during
get to the
COVID.
embassy, you are technically in Nigeria.
Yeah.
you
No, I
have to
messed up.
you have to
I messed
move
You have
like
to
in
behave
Nigeria.
the way you are in
It
Nigeria.
was at the moment where I was on the floor pressing my phone and my battery almost died that I realized I messed up.
But they've done something good for us now. You know that canopy, whatever.
They don't, yeah, son no go dey
Yeah,
wear you.
they put that one for us now. Because before it wasn't there.
The place now has a buzzer. You have to buzz from inside
Yeah,
for the gate to open. I was like,
there's
wow.
even gate outside. Exactly. So
I'm like,
security
sophisticated.
and
You people are bastards.
hospitality.
Oh, it's sophisticated suffering, man.
Give you a shelter.
Sophisticated suffering, like
Because all that coming into the embassy is just for them to extort money from you.
Yeah.
It's the same thing they do back home, right? Nigerians just want to establish that communication with
Money
you.
is a money
Money
thing.
is a money.
when you not go inside, the process actually takes less than 15 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And when you go in there, you legit feel like you're in Nigeria. It's NTA,
yeah, Nigeria. They have-
Yes.
That is playing
They
there.
have Yaradua,
Yes,
they have
Yaradua,
Yaradua,
they
have the-
they
yeah,
have
all the-
Yeah, I'm
what's
just
that
like-
one?
Of the armed forces.
Or
Buhari.
history.
It's meant to
history
be like
of-
that. It's meant to make you feel
Nah,
like you
they're
are
going
in
to
the
have-
country.
No, but that's not. There's a reason why we're here. Nigeria is not
because you don't want to be
Because we
there.
don't want to be there.
NTSF go there the TV
Yeah,
they play.
NTA is there, bro. I'm just like Jesus.
Pum,
Christ.
pum, 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 pum.
I'm like, no,
God forbid,
man.
bro. The moment I get my this thing, Canadian passport,
It's over.
Otilo.
Where are you going? Are you?
No, but not him.
What
though.
are you- yeah.
He's going somewhere.
Huh?
I have a question. That so in your basement, right, when you, the picture, the vacation picture that's
You want to really get into this vacation?
no, wait. Yeah, you want to take it a different direction. The vacation picture that is right there where your workstation
Next to my
is.
workstation.
Where's that one? Is that Punta Cana?
That was Mexico.
So Cancun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was
I
Cancun.
thought
Yeah.
that was Thailand.
Yeah.
No. Thailand did go with the group.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, what are you guys planning? What are you guys working on?
What do you mean?
Like
The trip.
travel
Next
trip.
one, our next
Yeah,
trip.
yeah.
Dokas. I don't know if you
Yeah,
know.
Dokas
It's
is,
Dokas and
wedding.
Henry's wedding.
They've wedded
it's
already
happening-
now.
Yeah,
That's
but
tradition.
But they're doing
they're
the.
literally doing it in 3 different countries, man. Wedding in 3 different countries: Nigeria, Canada, and
That's
Mexico.
mad.
So we're going to Mexico for the wedding.
They've done, I think it's court or whatever.
They did.
Yeah,
Called, they did
court.
trad. Now they're doing white.
So they did traditional first in
In
Nigeria,
Nigeria.
December.
But we
And
forget
then they
court.
did
The
this
court
in,
wedding in
the
Canada.
court wedding
You
last
have
month.
it.
Oh no, money not be problem for them.
What?
I mean, they will say it's
Well, it's
problem, but we
destination
know it's
wedding.
not. You know it's not problem.
It's destination wedding.
Destination.
The more people you bring, the less money you pay.
Yeah.
But they will still spend some sort of money.
Of course.
They've done Nigeria already.
Yeah, they've done Nigeria, which
Yeah.
is expensive.
They did Canada.
They did
But the
Canada.
Canada one was
Canada's
soft.
court. Isn't it court?
Soft. It was soft. Court.
Canada's one,
Yeah.
Canada's
And
one
they
was
just had
soft. Yeah.
So
Canada's one was soft. But then, so that's the next trip. Most of the people that are in my travel group or
are going.
my
Well-
first travel group, you guys are going to join me soon.
I didn't. Within your
going.
travel group, let's just.
They are
ignore
not,
what you
but
just
we have mutual,
Travel, but
we have mutual friends. So all the
Oh,
mutual
okay.
friends are part of my travel.
'Cause-
So we all
'cause-
just use
yeah.
it as an opportunity to
go.
you know.
said. So where you
it's
guys
gonna be
going to
fun.
get Mexico?
Mexico, yeah.
Not Cancun
It's,
again. Come on, man.
I think
Tulum?
it's not Tulum. It's either Tulum or Rivera Maya. I'm not sure which one,
okay.
but one of those two. But yeah, it's gonna be fun, and I'm hosting the wedding too. So
Nice.
Oh, in
after I come back,
your price are up.
price not
Because
You see?
you have traveled.
International MC.
Yeah, you see on my page, you see international MC. Really, you will see there. Don't worry, in
no.
bold letters.
That's dope. That's dope. You guys,
Yeah,
you
so
guys,
that's the
you
next.
guys
That's
do
the
your
next
thing,
trip.
man.
But I'm definitely gonna hit like more places before the year is over for sure.
Oh yeah,
1000%.
Try.
that's crazy. That's
Bro, when I know say
English, please.
okay, when I found out that let the poor breathe.
Let your pigeon breathe. Let the thriving
Bro,
breathe.
when I found out that my own case is different, it's like, well, somebody actually called me for a wedding in Texas.
Oh,
Say her friend, so I think it's the best friend of the bride, right? So she was the one that wanted to get MC for. So she was in a wedding I hosted.
Yeah.
So she called me, she said, Texas. I said, oh my God. Do you have any other wedding that is in Canada?
Texas, don't worry. Next year you start taking international gigs. Don't worry. Wait on it. It's coming.
That's dope.
It's coming.
Before we go anywhere, what else Shem to read us some fan mails? We got a couple, I think 2.
All right.
Let's go.
Oh shoot.
Let's go.
Long time.
You want me to start with Beauty or Chuma?
Whichever you want to start with.
Okay, I'll start with Beauty.
The guy's the subject or that's the person's name?
That person's name.
It's the girl's name.
It can be both.
I'll read it and then you'll understand. Okay. Says, it's your fab girl Beauty, the powerhouse of the fan club. Donna Mo. Whatever Shemsi and Emina says.
Back it up. Did you say she's the powerhouse of the fan club?
Of the fan
Fan club.
Like that's some
house of the
self-proclaimed.
Donna Mo. Or whatever
That's some
Emina and Shemsi say.
Yeah.
And then, love your podcast so much. It's so relatable, funny, interesting, and obviously the #1 comedy podcast in the world.
Say with your
Yes.
chest.
Okay.
Snap fingers. Okay, I know now why you are.
You
I've
that
been recommending to everyone I know who enjoys listening to podcasts and they love it.
Yeah.
I got interested when I saw the clip of women's gifts not being thoughtful on TikTok. And I was like, yeah, I need to listen to this. And I've been hooked ever since. Like I listened to over 15 episodes in a week.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, I'm sure waiting for the 100th episode.
We're here.
Hear you guys talk.
Yeah, baby.
Can't wait to hear you guys talk on this whole submarine and Titanic thing. Ain't it good? As well as Father's Day and other events. And yeah, lest I forget, Emina, get a girlfriend.
Hey.
Naza,
Shots fired.
Wait, Naza is coming for you.
Naza,
You go round.
get me so I can spoil you.
Yo, you see?
She shot all the way from.
Wait.
All the way from.
She's like, I guess that's it. Much love from me to the squad, Naza, Emina, Mr. Dre, and Shemsi. Shout out to Michael and the Kachi BTW. Much sweet love to Naza again. With love, your
She's
5
shooting a shot.
Nigerian, Ghanaian,
Bro,
shy
all the way
fan.
from the
Nigerian, Ghanaian, shy fan.
All right.
You know,
Is
You
it?
see.
No, I don't know.
The name says it already now.
Bro, she's shooting a shot all the way from Ojo
I
Elegba.
don't know.
She catch it the first
I
time.
think she's
Kumasi.
Yeah.
And you know how hard she had to work to make sure she knows everybody's name.
yeah.
Yo, that was like.
Nah, that was.
when she said
She wants to spoil you.
Naza, she wants to
Stop
follow you.
commenting on anything else.
We don't care about anything else. She wants to
She
spoil
said,
you.
Naza,
Say,
get me.
Get me.
Let me
so I can
spoil
spoil
you.
you.
And she now said, let the poor breathe. Immediately go and find the girl.
like she's not even trying to spoil
She's
you.
not even
bro.
trying to spoil me. She said, let me go and find one.
You know
Go
what?
and find one. Go and fix it.
On our first date, I'll bring you as my plus one.
You mean if I see you there?
She was just changing for his dad. I want to spoil you.
If I catch you there.
not them. It's you. I want to spoil.
Wow. Even with your scheduling conflict.
I know.
You are still a hot piece.
Imagine if you were like on
Hey.
schedule. Imagine.
It's something I'm working on.
Man, that was impressive.
No,
but on a more serious note, like a lot of babes have been hitting me up regarding NASA. So you're actually a guy. They think you're funny. They think you're a funny guy. They think you're a funny guy.
People should not make me take jokes. Yeah,
That should not be your way into the heart.
They think you're a funny guy. They think you're a funny guy.
Imagine you were more consistent.
Yes, I
Just
think that's the
ignore
problem.
agenda of more consistency.
I think he's off on is actually helping his.
He's helping him, yeah.
because they are missing him.
No,
they are like, yeah.
Oh
so
my God.
when he now comes, they pay more attention.
Gotcha.
He's helping him.
I'm
Emina,
picking up what you're putting down.
That's cap.
No,
Trust me.
that's
It's like
not.
most. It's like
That's
it's not. It's not a.
Cap.
It's not a
My guy
strategy.
is not available.
To yeah.
No,
No, but
Yeah, no, they see.
wow.
All right, man. Read the second one, boy. Yo, shout out to you, Beauty, man. I appreciate
Shout out to
you.
you, Beauty.
The
We
second
appreciate
one
you.
is from our bestie
Sharpshooter beauty.
Choma.
Hey,
Chayoma.
It's been a minute.
So she goes 100 episodes. Can you believe it? God damn.
Nah, I can't.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm reading it exactly how she's writing it.
Look at you.
What's up?
Got your nigga in the club. Goddamn.
She's like, man, I'm super proud of you guys for reaching this point and all you've achieved in the process. BYB is truly that podcast that feels like I'm just hanging with my guys on a Sunday evening at the backyard over a couple of drinks, and I love it so much. Looking forward to all your future exploits. Pat yourselves on the back today. You don't try.
Pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back.
Why you not tapping yourself?
Crazy.
It's getting in.
The backyard band podcast.
Shout out to you, Choma.
Now only like 1 or 2 times, and I don't actually day backyard. Now they always day sir.
No, but first of all, technically there's been no sun this summer.
Yeah.
Okay. Sun's
You
out.
just be outside. Rain will just appear.
I'll be expecting you guys in the back of the yard.
We're still pretty, just like last summer. Like if you want to host us in your backyard,
please call us.
You are hosting. We're not just coming there to just take space.
No.
Host us.
Host us with food and drinks.
Yeah. As long as there's no scheduling conflict.
What was I gonna say? Okay, let's talk about the summary thing and then because I have a couple of questions I want to ask you guys.
Yeah. See that? There's one thing.
I saw it.
There's one thing I want to just say first of all. There is no such endeavor where you go see black man.
That's exactly what I saw on TikTok.
If you're taking notes, another word, just
I saw a TikTok where the first TikTok was the girl. She's like, the one thing I didn't see in that submarine was a woman. But then someone attached to TikTok again, and they were like, by the way, there was a woman that has been there.
One of the,
but the one thing that I didn't see is a black person in that submarine. Anywhere, anytime.
We know how to survive. We know when it is wrong.
I think that
was there black people in Titanic?
I don't know, man. That's a long time.
I think there was.
But then Titanic was not. You can't really because
different.
Titanic was a whole boat cruise. So it was on
that
top
one
of the
is
water.
submarine. You're going inside
submarine,
underwater.
and they're using Logitech.
It was just a side
Logitech controller. Logitech controller.
They had black people with people because it was 100 days ago. So probably people that are like working for the boat.
Yeah.
So.
Working
in the tub.
Those ones don't die. They definitely died.
If they did not die in the water,
There was no rules. There was no rules for them.
They had no jack.
I think as a black man, because I'm sure there are black people that have that kind of money to spend, but I feel like there's certain things you will see that just like this is not for you.
Yeah.
The first thing, the contract says debt almost 5 times.
Yeah.
You have to sign a waiver.
You have to sign a waiver.
And they said, and the contract says, and more. So it's not even like,
They don't even know.
you don't even know you're signing for the unknown.
You guys know what the worst part of it actually is? It's like there was a 19-year-old in the submarine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Apparently his
then
dad
he
forced
didn't
him.
want to go. Yeah, his dad
That forced him
wanted
to
kinda
go.
have a bonding.
Hey!
Because it was
Father's
his
Day.
Father's Day and birthday or whatever.
Bonding
So-
experience.
And you know,
And-
you know the crazy thing, those 2 people got that slot because some other guy
Cancelled.
told
YouTuber.
his dad. No. Some other father and son partnership.
Yeah.
The dad didn't go anymore because the son was
Didn't
like,
want to-
this
I'm not
thing
feeling
is
it.
too unsafe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because the CEO guy flew into Vegas to meet with this boy.
Yeah.
And like the guy's like the CEO, like the guy that passed away, right? They didn't account for any safety precaution.
No.
Like he went through everything there and it was just like no. And even what topped it up was the CEO flew himself to Vegas. He said he was testing something. So this boy already knew that this man and safety are like miles apart. It was just like no. And the son, the father told the father is not doing it. The father said he's not doing it. That was how those 2
Left
Pakistani
standing
people
next.
We're able to go inside.
joined. And
But then some of the people that were also on
crazy.
there, they're one of the millionaires or billionaires or whatever. He's one of those people that he was part of Elon Musk's people that went to edge of space a while ago. So he's a thrill seeker. So he was going to die that way anyways.
But what do people
Too
find?
much.
But what do people find beyond the earth? Like it is so vast to be. First of all, water is so vast. Space is also so vast because there's just so much going on. Why? What is your excitement? What's the thrill?
You don't see Shiggy.
Yeah.
no, but again, like
Now you want to go and see what's after
put yourself
Shiggy.
in their shoes, right? They've probably explored
Everything.
enough
Almost
that they
everything
can
because
explain.
the dad
Forget that we have not gone okay, I've not gone a lot on this earth,
Yeah,
so
we
I
have.
can understand why you're asking that question.
Yeah.
Because if I want to go and see thrill, like there's Bangkok,
Another thing,
there's
they will tell
a lot of
you.
places I can go to.
There's
Edge of space
scuba
never
diving.
really-
There's scuba diving. You want to
that
enter
one
water?
even was-
Oh, scuba diving. There's
You could-
stories to people dying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But even
That's
these
what I'm
guys,
saying.
how many times they don't scuba dive?
that. They probably
dive
don't
on
No,
dive.
another thing they'll probably tell you is like coming from all these billionaires type people and who seek all these thrills. Like they'll probably tell you like that's how you discover things. Like they will tell us that this is why
For that
we're
creative space.
yeah.
Yeah.
They'll tell
Probably
us
has some creative
this is why we're
block. You need
stagnant. This is why we're where we are because
Yeah.
we're
You
not.
have
Exploring.
creative block. You pay 250K.
Yeah.
250,000.
Yeah.
That's
So-
pocket
so
money to
block-
them.
so
now.
block-
Unclog, not unblock, unclog.
Unclog.
No,
Your
no, it's
creativity.
madness. I think you get to a certain level of money where you're no longer normal.
You're no longer
So,
reasoning.
But
and
anybody
all these people
that-
don't know God
I
too
agree.
is when you don't know
God.
God, you go and find devil. And unfortunately, now that side, now deep down there, now in devil they. So you went to the land of unknown, and unfortunately, you're no longer known.
So clap your
We know them small,
That's
but
what's
yeah, now
happening,
they're
you're
unknown
dead.
in the land of the living.
Yeah, you're
They're
gone.
dead.
You're gone.
Yeah,
You're no longer
They're
known.
no longer. They unlifed themselves.
I think it was crazy because I think it shows how society treats people that are of the 1%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The jokes were quick,
Bro,
if
yeah.
it was like a situation that was very sad,
sad, yeah.
with people
Yeah,
that were
would
very
be sad, yeah.
misfortune,
Because
all
they
that
are
kind of stuff,
moving.
everybody
Yeah.
will give time for let us mourn.
Yeah.
We'll wait maybe 3 months later, then we'll start the joke. This one was like, there was a documentary.
Even before they announced they were dead, there was already
Everybody was already
Because you-
They
They chose to put
Before
themselves
then,
in a
Yeah.
situation
Yeah.
like
And
that.
you yourself like think about it. Like, imagine what life would have looked like if those guys went and came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't- they-
They won't hear
The joke should have been on us.
Yeah.
How is this joke gonna be on you?
Yeah, it's okay. We that because we doubted
We
them.
missed out. We missed out.
We doubted
Man,
them.
they will not let the poor
They
breathe.
won't let the poor breathe. So now the thing is, some people are suffocated. You get me?
No, but generally,
Wallah,
generally when you're at the top and you're making a lot of money,
He
especially
did
with
pay
celebrities,
them.
right?
He-
Regular people, as there's more negative, right? Than positive.
Yes.
So regular people are always waiting for you to kind of fail.
Like, first of all, it was a dumb decision.
It was.
That never even help matters.
You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that noise.
And then it was now like an expensive dumb decision.
Yeah.
I think apparently
That
somebody-
to make matters
there
even
was-
completely worse.
there was somebody who's been there already, who's done that like same trip like twice.
Yeah.
3 times I played.
Yeah.
Three times.
Nathan signaled it.
And he
Yeah.
died on the 4th one, I guess.
No. The
He
one I
died
heard
on
of,
the
he has
fourth one.
gone multiple times. Like, it's a normal thing. Like, he goes, come
It's
back.
a
Why they
regular-
not send that guy?
But I always wonder, like,
Oh no, he was there.
He was there. He
Yeah.
died.
Oh, he was part of the.
Part
Yeah.
of the group. Yeah.
This
Yeah,
was the
sometimes,
third
yeah.
time.
3
He
times.
was
yeah.
heading to his death.
I was like, what? But this is the first time this particular submission was going on. Did you see that thing? It looked like Felele.
Yeah.
I think was in my what the mental image I'm seeing is actually was messing me up because they did a simulation
Oh,
and
for-
it exploded.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm
Imploded.
seeing in my head. But I don't think that's how the explosion happened. But the thing looked like plastic.
Yeah.
I mean, water pressure is crazy though.
Yeah.
Like there's
if it
literally
stays
like
long enough, it's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
So
Like,
like no, so
yeah.
Which is why you don't go.
you guys are getting it wrong. It didn't explode. It
imploded.
Yeah, like it crushed them
Crush them.
Like not it vaporized in like because you can't see
because the
anything.
water is so strong that they pushed the thing in, so
Yeah.
it went.
I was in Calgary, yeah. I went to go see Femi. Femi was watching the whole research thing, so I could see videos of like, because it's not like a water pressure thing. It's because it can happen on land.
Okay.
It's just like hot air, and then just like crushing in, because there's nowhere for the air to go. So it
So
goes
it
in.
sucks in.
was there still part because they didn't find anything.
Yeah, I know.
right?
It said
No, they found the part.
it happened
No,
so
I'm
fast.
saying the
They found
actual
parts.
thing. The
No,
actual
no, it
parts.
happened so fast that with the
They don't
crushing
even know.
in,
They don't
you
even
lose
know.
the pieces.
They don't even know they died. That kind of
Yeah.
thing. That's how fast it happened. It's faster than something.
That
They
kind of
said
death is awesome, Cha. Not gonna lie.
you just.
It's a
Apparently, they
beautiful
said they said the way it happened. It's like you just hear a bubble. Pop. you just see bubble.
And the
Yeah,
bubbles just
you get there and then you're
Yeah.
just not there.
It's a
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah,
death.
yeah,
It's a beautiful death.
It's a beautiful death. Like
So
in
fast.
anime, you just
No
they just
suffering.
So do we maybe somewhere along the line Thanos snap?
yeah, maybe.
Exactly.
But he took
Nah, you
maybe
go out. I know they carry
maybe
and go out.
0.00005 of the population to kind of save some.
They
So
didn't
maybe
even
they're making room for your richness, for your
Yeah,
billionaires.
maybe
So
now,
maybe,
yeah.
I was talking to someone, and the person was like, well, now that 1% has dropped to 0.97.
Facts.
So they're reducing it
Yeah,
for.
yeah,
So-
they're making
so
room for some of us.
It's like some of the jokes I have said, like imagine if they saved this guy. So they say if you are on that on that submarine, and you come out of water, what would you do? Some people will put picture of Drake. Baby. Baby. Some people put picture. There's one Indian comedian that put it out and say, "Hello, I'm underwater."
Honestly, there's no even way they would have survived. Even if they came out of the submarine,
It's too far down.
they would have still died. It was literally
30,000 feet.
It was a land of no return.
Final
It's an
destination.
Igodo, like.
There's a movie coming out soon. So just expect it.
Oh yeah, okay.
You
Movie,
know, apparently
documentary.
There's a
the
documentary
whole
now.
conspiracy theories and everything.
Yeah.
There's that too.
Yeah.
And someone was like, the next thing we're going to see is The Return. And they put a Netflix logo. And
No,
I'm
but the
like,
thing is-
it reminds me of Manifest. I don't know if you guys have watched Manifest.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the first episode and I was like, no.
What was that one about?
About a plane that disappeared
A plane
and
that
returned.
disappeared.
And it came back 5
And
years
came
later,
back
and they
5
landed
years
like
later.
nothing happened.
So, so like people, so like let's say NASA.
They don't need pity or sick.
Let the dumb breathe.
We know it's fake, but now they are using us for a chewing gum. They are using us to chew
the
chewing
plane
gum.
left, and according to the people on the plane, they were only gone for like 40 something minutes,
Yeah.
right? But they were gone for 4 years. In the
Yeah.
real world.
I'm telling you,
I used to have
They
this is
cousins.
Thanos. This
They
is
came back
this is
and-
Avengers
yeah.
because they snap 5 years.
But then
When
the
they
thing
came
is,
back, they
nobody
were
actually
the same
saw
age.
a video of the thing exploding or anything, right? Nobody saw anything.
They just
so
saw
like,
particles.
Yeah. So my point is like, what if they never even went?
Yeah.
They just said they were going to
You
go.
have joined
on
the- you have
the
joined
submarine,
the- They were never
and
even
then
there.
they just disappear and they just
You have
think
joined the
they're dead.
conspiracy gang.
No, but
Literally.
it's a possibility. If
Yeah,
you don't see
literally,
the
it's not
end
fake
video
there
and
without
it's
any
a-
evidence.
I you know what's crazy?
You know what's going on here now?
They're crazy. It's crazy that people are like this actually believe this stuff, and then now people start forming careers out
Yep.
of this. I'm looking for the lost.
Yeah.
The lost submarine.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh,
Because
And
you
there were
know,
people funding it.
And people
you know that
spend money.
Malaysian airline.
Yeah.
We've still not found it.
There's
So-
there's documentary in it.
Yeah.
Yo,
There's talks
speaking
in
of
it.
one don't
still
miss
didn't
for
find it.
air.
What of that?
Another one don't miss.
Yo,
Under.
For
did
water.
you guys see
Na
this?
land now we
No,
dey wait
no,
for.
Did you guys see the story of the lady that
Bermuda
spoke about a
Triangle.
missing airline on a podcast? And apparently, the country
Suda.
the country where the country like that houses the airline, for
Yeah.
example, I can't remember the country that which country. They were asking the US to track the lady down.
Why?
I don't know.
Trying to get information from her.
Yeah, trying to get information from her.
Wait, which
She
missing
knows
airline?
something.
Which missing airline?
I don't know. I didn't put it for step, but
The
just
full
was-
details.
Bro,
There's only
there's
a
a lot
couple
of missing
planes.
There's a lot
airlines.
of missing
There's
things.
a lot
All
of
these
missing
Bermuda
airlines.
Triangle stories.
Yeah.
The earth is so big though that like when you're flying on the plane and you're looking through the window and you're seeing some of the places you're crossing, you know there's not been a living thing around that area. If your plane disappear for that side,
It's
first of all,
gone.
how are they going? Whether all this latitude, longitude thing they are drawing, they're not going to
Story.
find you.
Story.
There's no 0.122.
for
Isn't it?
real.
I think that's quite crazy. Coming from the most traveled person.
That's yeah, bro.
Places that people have not been able to.
And you land and fly again.
Yes.
To the place that if he lost it, nobody will find
Nobody
him.
will find
Ah,
you. But
Larry.
the thing, it's life, man. You,
Okay,
If it's meant to
have
be, it's
faced
meant
your
to be.
fears.
the
I
worst
love
thing
that.
about life is staying in one place and still dying in that one
One
place, bro. At least let me die
in the air.
somewhere else.
idea.
Or find himself in
Yeah,
a
like,
deserted
come on,
island where
man.
he's living his life, you know.
Imagine like you in Nigeria, for example, you do Ojuelegba, you can't die on that bridge. Container fall on top, you die.
Jesus Christ.
That's painful. That's tragic, right?
Yeah.
It's painful.
At least I've died in New York, right?
Not even you are thief for Badagry. For Badagry.
somewhere
Cross
else.
go Ghana, Kumasi. Go die for there. At least you
Yeah.
don't fly plane. You don't
Across.
do boats. You don't
Idea,
die
idea,
on that
idea,
container.
idea.
Let
That's a
the
life.
poor breathe.
Let the untraveled breathe.
Stay where they are. Making us feel bad. All this shit.
Speaking of like the crash and just like how you said it's like a sicking thrill. If you guys were like, if you guys are in the 1%, right? What sports or adventure would you guys thrill sick into? Would you adventure into?
Interesting. Where you want to start?
We'll start with Shemzi.
I would like to be in a rocket.
You want to go to
space.
space?
Yeah, I want to go to space.
That one is even worse. You gonna play, everybody gonna see you. Everybody will see you implode.
But that one is good though. Like it's like
That
more
one, they have
tested
worked
and
hard enough for it, right?
Tested and proven.
Yeah.
You can tell it's like a little bit safe enough
Yeah.
than the one
That's-
underwater.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
the water is actually very.
The water
vast.
has not
It's
been
too vast.
explored. It has not been explored
It's
enough.
been explored
Yeah.
not enough.
Yeah.
There's some places you should not go to.
Yeah.
You know,
this
NASA
life.
was supposed to be for underwater, and they're like, nah, it's too much for us. They went back
Exactly,
there.
yeah, you can't go there. Like the equator, you can't. Why you dig?
Water is bigger than land, fam.
No, the fact is they go to water because water is this thing. But how about land? Imagine
Water is
somebody
bigger than
digging.
land.
Imagine somebody digging the ground just because we have not explored it. You want to go to the core of the earth,
Which
Why?
is hot.
There's just some place you're not supposed to go. Let's
But honestly,
leave
like,
what
so
belongs
that
to
would
Caesar
have
to Caesar. and what belongs
that would have
to
been my
God.
answer though. If I was in the 1%, like
This is
I would.
Go in the middle of the earth.
Yeah, I want to travel across.
Father had to have sex with the
Through the core.
To the other, yeah,
Through
to
the other
core.
side.
Yeah, to
You
the
mean that
earth.
not safe, sir? So you
I
go
want to travel through the earth.
through the
Yeah, I want to
But then
actually
that's
see
not
like.
possible because the middle is hot, no? The middle is
No,
meant to
yeah,
be-
but-
it's never implosion. You will just Icarus, but
Yeah, I'm actually curious to
Under
see
the
that.
ground.
I'm actually curious to see that. Like,
you
if it's like
they
an
will
actual,
die and
like,
bury yourself.
You know how like because we don't know how again like this is like a very stupid assumption, but again, it's what body brings, right? Because I'm thinking that okay, I feel like this is like a flat earth kind of conversation, but I feel like hold on, I feel like if you keep traveling up, you get to heaven. I feel like
Heaven.
if you travel down,
Yeah.
if you pass by hell,
Legit, if you're traveling down, you're going to meet fire, hot, heat. Quite literally, the core is the hottest on
yeah.
earth. Like you're dying. Funny enough,
then
the-
Well, how is it the hottest when
That's
like the
like-
sun is supposed
But
to
if you
be?
could
No,
travel
because
over
the
there.
core of the I think now that I think about it,
No, because then
whichever direction you
No,
go,
but that one,
It's hot.
what's the
Why?
sun? If you go next to the moon and stuff, it's not hot. It's too cold for you, so you freeze. No, is it not?
no, but if you go up, the
no, but
sun
people
is
go
like,
towards-
yeah,
people go
if
to
you
the
go,
moon,
you
though.
still
So
die.
either
But you
way,
know-
you're burning.
have you
burning.
seen the temperature?
stay where God
like
put you.
when your plane is
higher
airborne.
altitude.
Have you seen the temperature there?
Yeah,
Cold.
It's cold.
it's
bro.
cold. Yeah,
It's
but then
higher
when you
the
go
altitude.
past it towards the sun, you burn.
It's also cold.
Yeah, no, there's a
because-
limit,
Yeah,
there's a limit,
there's levels to this.
So yours
spaceship,
is
man.
rocket.
Yours is rocket.
Your man is rocket.
What's yours?
You on that.
Mine is to
Trying
go
to
through.
think, I don't
I
know.
want because I don't like flying, so I want to get through that side of the world the fastest. So like
He wants to
go
pierce the earth.
Yes, through
The only
it.
thrill I want to be
Digging.
seeking with money is just going to like the remote places on earth, like,
Yeah.
poorest or
I was
the
gonna say,
most untouched parts of the world,
was
and
gonna
just
say.
You know,
finding a way to change it.
You know, you die faster in those places. So
That's fine.
half of
At
the
least
top
I'm dying.
civilization.
I'm dying saving people.
Right.
I'm dying helping people. Imagine dying gloating in your own wealth, gloating in your own pride and
True.
unlimitedness of whatever you think you are. But
Like the submarine
God
people
likes
did.
to, God likes to tell you, calm down,
Relax.
But the relaxing that God will tell you is not in your house. It's with the devil. So I'd rather die actually helping people, like going to some remote village in Guatemala and be like, okay, staying with the people for like 5 days, knowing that I have the money to escape.
I mean, technically,
If they try to kill you.
They try to kill me.
I'm helping
So
find
that's what I
another
would
mode
do.
of transportation. Because imagine if you could actually pierce through the earth and come on the other side in like 5 seconds. It means that transportation is
You're
easier.
setting people up for failure, bro.
You know.
So we have like
Did you
instant
just say 5
tunnels and
seconds?
shit.
No, I don't mean like
teleporting.
not 5
Okay,
seconds,
okay.
but like if you go
This guy's model for most things in life.
It's just off.
Too quick, bro.
He's too quick.
You
don't want to-
You don't need the bedroom.
PSG quick.
You say, you know, yeah, Chelsea, Chelsea say include the bedroom.
Yes, that's why
Wait,
we're
wait,
saying
wait.
it.
Why- how do you
That's why we're saying this.
no,
Because he already said it on the podcast.
No, see,
He
He
what
said
you
he
guys-
wants to be done. And he's
No,
done.
No, you guys are implicating.
Dre's,
we are not. We are not.
Dre's,
This is on the record. This is on the
Dre's to
record.
change his stage name
Hold
to
on.
Rabbit.
Hold on. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm not saying it's wrong to spend time doing those things. I'm just saying that
do you
time
say?
is money. So that's what I implied. So if we're gonna be,
Bro, time is money. Your woman should be making you more money, so you should be spending more time on her, so she can make you more
No,
money.
she's taking more money.
It
from
depends
you.
on the woman you're with, bro. Anyways,
It's gonna be a whole
even,
discussion.
bro.
Wait,
It's
I
fine,
don't know
I
if you
know.
guys saw this video that I saw on Twitter, and then it was like a whole festival, and then they were like, "Oh, God made man, man made money,
and
God made man
woman to eat
man
the money.
Yeah, go with
Yes.
But the festival was full of women because they were rejoicing like there's just a revelation.
No, they were really chanting it.
Yeah,
When the church is like, yeah, that's what I've been telling all these.
They chant it and is floating around and is trending. Let men say God made man to enjoy your body. Problem.
Yeah, no, that's it.
But
What about you?
I digress.
Yeah, but let's.
Yeah, I digress.
Accept on it. See, the best decision I made was
In life. Yep.
that listen, this fight I'm fighting
It's a lost battle.
is a lost
No,
battle.
it's been a lost battle since
Yeah,
Adam and
no,
Eve, bro.
I didn't knew, fam.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you used to fight hard.
Now I knew,
my brother.
that this whole thing of we can do, we can't do it. I am going
A
to
perfect
do it.
example is you go day house with your woman. You go chop with them. You go do everything. When I step out of the house, she go they argue with people. Oh yeah, women are supposed to do. You go they look am. In the house with a split rent. Why are you here capping? So it's all a discussion. Like we are nothing but pencils in the hands of the creator.
Right now, most of this conversation is more like there is the politically correct standpoint.
Yeah.
So outside, let's all make.
Yeah, if you say the politically correct
Whatever you
thing, even
agree
on
on,
podcast
exactly.
too, you say the,
then
if
when
say
you
the
now
they
come back
will
home,
like you. Yeah.
we know how we do
Reality.
what we do.
Reality. It's like all this
Reality.
Canadian school system.
Exactly.
Oh, but when they actually enter real life,
Real life.
you know what the
It's totally
cocoa is.
different.
We know your
So
child is dumb. Whatever is in the report card, when they come home,
Exactly.
John,
Dumb.
I sent you to school to learn how to spell jump. You still don't know how to spell
spell
jump.
jump.
In grade 6, you don't know how to
In grade
spell
six.
jump. That's facts.
And they can't do calligraphy.
You are what you are.
Yeah, man.
Unfortunately,
Nah, it's crazy,
so
man.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So
Nimi
but-
was gonna say
did that.
that.
Or what she will spend her money on.
Yeah, what would this-
I think I'll definitely be interested in like a teleportation device.
Oh
to
yeah,
different
I like that.
centuries, maybe.
Yeah,
Different
go back in time.
Yeah, go back in time, go into the future.
You get
come
to-
back.
I just want to end up in the
There's
70s.
something from your past that you wanna
and as a
change.
woman,
Not
I don't
really.
think
I
you
mean,
should
like
end up in
far
the
back.
No,
Like I would like
not
to
at all.
live in
Yeah.
certain times.
Yeah,
That kind
I
of
can't leave
thing.
any certain time.
I can't leave any
Past sounds like
The best
suffering.
time is now.
is now. They want me to go where it's like colored people. This.
Bro, no,
White only. Or you go-
just take, because when people talk about these things, right, they think of surface level.
Yeah.
Just
Right,
think about
fashion
this.
trends, all of
Go
that.
go down to the bottom. How people shit.
It's a
No, bro.
It's a
Think
whole.
of how do people shit. You only see the medieval times. You see all the richest, the Roman
But you-
emperors, how they shit. No, now think of the local normal people.
Of course.
How do you shit?
The poor people in
It's
that
a hole.
stage, how do they shit? You go, they carry shovel
Dig
self
hole.
even day that time, self.
No.
Now just it's not even plywood. You use your hand, dig your hole, shit. Use your hand.
Cover the hole.
Just imagine you living back in the day, man. You live life. You come marry this fine woman. The king will just come. That's my
That's
new
my
wife.
wife. But that still happens though.
No, it still happens.
It still
I was going to
happens.
say the same thing.
That
If
still
you
happens.
take your daughter or anybody to the
To the
Oba
Oni of
Palace,
Ife. Yeah,
I'll use Oba Palace because if you go there and the Oba by mistake,
Loves likes
Likes
her.
your-
He's gone.
it's your obligation to go home empty-handed.
Yeah.
That's if you're from Benin, right?
Yeah, there's obviously terms like this may not be the whole
Yeah.
detail, but that's how it works.
In
So,
general.
Well,
yeah,
Yeah.
it
Isn't
still
that why
happens.
the Oni of Ife has how many wives? 6, I said.
Yeah, exactly. They
just swipes wives.
And
Just
it's
swipes
not
them.
just
Swipe.
for Benin
Are you
to
heard?
actually- for Benin, the Oba has the highest authority, right? So
Yes.
that, but you now find most of the chiefs in that
Oh.
are also entitled to like more than multiple wives,
Oh,
right?
no.
So they just be picking up.
tight.
Yeah,
mad.
life is still not
They just be
balanced. So
picking
whether
up.
medieval times or
Yeah.
now, it's still not
Wow, that's
balanced.
crazy.
But I'd rather be unbalanced now
Ah.
than be unbalanced then. Imagine they send you to war. You see all these things women are dragging with us now. Now you just die before 25. You're dead. You'll be
Don't
slaughtered.
need to drag.
Yeah, there's nothing to drag because all you left is with your children to
Yep.
feed them because you will die.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
What about you?
To be honest,
business.
Investment.
Crypto.
like let's push that one to the side.
let's
But
focus.
so I love to travel.
Okay.
But I don't like being in the air,
Okay.
and
Yes.
I don't like the stress of airport.
Airport.
Bullet train.
Yep.
Yeah? Trains do
Bullet
exist.
train. I was gonna
There's
say.
So
spacious bullet
like
trains.
I just need
Like your own
they
private
already
bullet train.
exist.
Yeah.
It takes you anywhere you want.
maybe I need to experience that private jet.
Have you been on Snowpiercer?
Snowpiercer is not even.
one's
Are you
different.
talking about the show?
It's a
Yeah.
show. It's a
Oh,
show.
that one's not. You will die. Snowpiercer is a survival thing. Not even.
Because like think about it, like if you want to anywhere you want to go, especially from Canada, it's like the journey is too
Bro, you
long,
need to go to
bro.
Japan.
But how far is
Japan will
from
open your
here?
eyes.
Yeah.
No, Japan like the trains that are spacious with like
Yeah.
seats.
No, but I'm saying how
comfortable.
far is it from here now?
Oh,
So
no,
how long is the flight?
He doesn't
You're
like
saying
plane.
you don't like
You
to
see
fly.
why?
I'm
Yeah.
saying like those like trains that will give you that comfort without being in the air.
So you need to move to Japan.
You see what will happen as you see why, like, when you are thinking, like, because now when we both make billions, we'll find a cheaper transportation.
Yeah.
To the Ed school.
I'm leaving you on your head score, bro. See, first of all, I can't swim, so a lot of my adventures are very limited. I can't leave swimming and be going to head score.
Bro,
Even there's no water now.
Bro, that water one is actually so, like, I don't know who I was talking to about it. Like, there's something about the ocean that is just lonely.
It's just dark.
Have you seen
man.
those TikToks that do that music?
But
With the dark.
Where they will be inside.
Yeah,
they'll not make it
and you
look
see
nice.
that wave,
But
it's like
just imagine
as high as the
you're
boat.
in a dark room in a mansion in the middle of nowhere, right? How lonely it is. But imagine being in the ocean.
it's even darker.
It's even dark. There's a point where
You don't know what's
sunlight
under.
starts.
You
Yeah.
don't know
what's
where
up.
anything. The sunlight does not get there.
Yeah, it doesn't get there.
And you're just there in the middle doing like.
And the next thing you know, you see wave bigger than your boat coming.
Yeah. Like
the ocean
things
is
like
something
there's
else.
some there's
ocean
some
is too
terrains
vast.
that once you get into
Terrains, another word, vocabulary.
people clap. Yeah, just add that to the.
we're dropping it. We're dropping it. We do know what
For episode 100, we're going hard.
No, but like seriously, there's some terrains where once you get into, bro, like it's out of your hand. Like water is one place that.
Yeah.
Guys, see,
No,
even,
water is 100% out of your hand.
even like swimming pool,
Can't do nothing. Oh yeah,
I get scared in the swimming pool,
bro. We should.
Okay, yours is different.
That was
Actually, wears
No.
vest.
bro. I wear my
No.
life jacket in
But
the
the
swimming
pool
pool.
one
Like-
is the pool one is for me. If I get into a pool, the first thing I do is I go down.
To see how far it is.
If I cannot reach the floor,
So
I am
Standing,
out.
yeah.
I usually go down to the deepest part and I
That's
go and I
to
touch
see
it
if
Yeah.
you can
and I
touch it.
come back up.
Yeah.
If the thing is looking like a mission,
Yeah, bro.
But you guys will be on the yacht, checking your yacht.
oh,
In the tongue.
on the
See,
yacht.
In the tongue, yeah.
I'm just
but
I'm just
even on
trying
the
to get
yachts,
into the
part that-
ocean.
the part that
All
we're
these
going
boat
down,
things.
the part that we're going down, I can touch the floor.
You, but
In the
No.
Like some no when
In
you
which-
when you
which
go-
ocean?
No, when you go to the yacht and they
Nah, that has to be
Oh,
Benin.
okay.
you can touch the
You
floor.
can
Oh,
touch,
okay.
yeah.
Otherwise, I'm on the yacht with the life jacket.
people
But
that
yo,
go to swim in the ocean.
Yo, let me tell you an experience that if you curate, I'll be your number one guy.
What's your experience? Let me see.
A boat
Let me hear it.
cruise.
Boat cruise.
You know them boat cruises where you like go like to like
Oh, and they will stop in different
different
places, yeah.
islands, but like even on the boat itself,
Yeah.
it's like vibely, like
Vibes.
like all you can
Bet.
eat. Like
Have you been seeing all the videos where the this in tidal waves have been doing?
Yeah.
nah, but you're right, bro.
Isn't that
You're
what
right.
happened to Titanic, though?
Yeah, it is.
It's a book.
That is Titanic.
No,
That
listen.
is Titanic.
Listen,
guys,
listen.
guys, I
It's a
did.
cruise.
There was actually a like in Costa Rica. I had a scary water situation.
You went to a catamaran. Did you do
I'll
catamaran?
tell you what happened.
Yeah?
I wasn't scared for myself because I was fine. But you know when you're doing jet ski, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have somebody behind, you
Yeah.
can't really be turning because it's two of you.
They will
right?
flip.
So I had my fiance in the back, and she cannot swim.
So
I didn't say, no,
you
you
guys
know,
are
you
doing
know when
for
you're thinking
content.
of jet ski,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
never think of the fact that it's going to capsize.
Yeah,
You're just,
yeah.
you're just on
Content.
vibes,
Vibes,
right?
yeah.
So
Just
I
for-
was,
it's-
and we're
we're
not
going for
doing that.
content.
Me, I was having the time of my life. She's like, oh, Reney, stop turning like this, stop turning like this. I'm like, don't worry about it, sweetheart. We got this. Hey, we went in the middle. Me, I was even going like nothing can stop me.
You know,
I'm
you
walking way up.
you're skipping.
Oh, I was. The thing was
Yeah.
bouncing. I was doing. I had my woman.
And you went to the part where you
the
can't see
world
under
is
it
my
anymore.
oyster. I had my woman. Nothing can stop me.
At that point, the earth is flat. You're just
The earth was
going.
all the way flat. I would even stop. I would let this thing just spin on its own. And when I record video, I was living my life. We go now. One of the turns that I did, the thing just capsized. So I think capsized. What was going to my head is shit. Vaughn cannot swim. She cannot swim. She cannot swim. She cannot swim. So me, I was trying to first of all come up, and then I tried to flip the thing back. It wasn't really working because I needed energy to
heavy, yeah.
push it. So then I'm like, okay, where's Vaughn? My girl was floating. She had the life jacket, but she was going. I'm like, she
the
could not swim.
current.
She didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
so
the
she
current
was just
pulls
floating
you.
away. I look up, this girl was going. So I had to go and grab her and bring her to like
back.
the
So she
jet
can
ski.
hold on to the thing.
But then while we were there, we're literally in the middle of the ocean. You don't know what's inside.
Shark.
I will never follow anyone.
And
that
you're
kind
now
of
with
adventure.
somebody.
Anything
You're
can
now
come and
with
catch
somebody
you.
that cannot swim
Oh.
next to you. So I was just there like, he's alive. Amen.
Amen.
He's alive.
Amen.
Jesus is alive.
I literally
But-
shouting
I think Vaughn
Jesus.
told me
And
about
the
that.
thing
Vaun
is,
called me
you can't be
about that.
thinking
No,
so much because
nothing.
you start freaking
and,
out.
And I
Freak
could,
out.
yeah, so and I would check on her. I'm like, are you okay? She was
Panicking.
She wasn't
yeah?
panicking.
She
Luckily
panicked
for-
after.
She wasn't panicking.
her scare was after.
Luckily, until they came and got us, but we were there for quite a bit.
How did they know? How did they know?
They had to figure out that they didn't
saw
see you
us,
moving,
you
like-
can, like we were in the middle of
Yeah.
the ocean, but
You
they
can
could
still see you.
and we had our friends
Look.
too also around.
It happened to me in Montreal.
Oh man.
I had to flip the thing back up. There was nobody. You know when you go for the excursion and the guy just give you the key
and say, enjoy yourself, come back.
and goes away. There was no. It's not like we.
No, if it was just me, I would have walked to flip it.
Oh,
Yeah, but it was just me.
Yeah,
and-
I
me and-
had somebody on my back.
Because if you let her
yeah.
not holding, she'll be
Yes.
floating out.
She would have been floating because if I
'Cause the
wa- if I
currents.
if I even spent too much time on the thing,
And you know what's crazy? After I flipped the thing back up, I entered the thing.
the thing started.
back.
What if it did not start?
Yeah, I know it started.
That would have been nice.
The-
But if the thing did not start, yeah. So
Yeah,
that
'cause if
scary
water got
things.
in, you're over.
But how would you know if you don't try?
No,
Nah, that's not the one I want to find out,
Why
bro.
I'm always against.
Hey, Mina,
I'm always against it. I'm not going.
No,
No, but this
Not
is
me and
what
water.
he has done now is proper project management.
I
Identified
had
the
to be
risk,
that way too.
and he's mitigating the
I had to
risk.
be that way to
totally.
a
He
both
doesn't want
parties.
to find
Yeah,
himself there.
yeah.
I stand.
No
Anime
need
now.
to do that.
Yeah.
We know it's scary. Then why do you want me to go there and
Yo.
I'll be like, oh yeah, true.
But-
It was
but-
scary.
but-
No,
though.
what they
It doesn't.
what they
what-
also
what
did
am
not
I-
tell you in project management is that
Yo.
risk is a vital part of. You have
Facts.
to talk about it. You have to go through it. You have to discuss it.
No.
and debunk
It's
it
something
before-
that has alcohol. Not where I don't see a chance of survival.
No, you will survive. We were alive now. We're
Nah,
fine.
Emina was at we went to a boat party last summer. Emina stayed in one position.
and held on tight.
For the first time, Emina was. You know when you see.
I still managed to go. Let's not take that. Let's not take that.
I'll give
No,
you
but
that one. I'll
usually,
give you that one.
Emina at
I
parties.
said, let me go
crazy.
this time because often and on it to come up and say,
Yeah.
let's go. I
He
say
said
no.
no.
Let's keep it there. Some parties I will help promote it because it's on the boat. But when it comes to go, I say,
You know what's funny? How did me and this boy have the exact same upbringing in life, and we ended up on two different spectrums?
You know what happened?
That's
Gentle
crazy.
parenting. Gentle parenting.
Oh no! You know what's funny? No, wait. I've been asking this question, and that's actually true.
Yeah.
no, we are not.
Because growing up, I collected most of the whooping.
No.
He
you
went.
did.
He went.
You did, but I wasn't spent. I wasn't spent.
Wait a
I
minute.
wasn't
spent,
You
but
were.
you didn't get-
You were
Not as
spared
much.
most of the time. You know when your mom is really angry. When you're really angry, the highest point of the anger was spent on me.
Yeah.
And by the time she don't release
She
the
doesn't have
anger,
energy again.
she don't get energy again. So I used to make sure that when we fight, I beat him well. So he can collect so much more.
Now, where is this spent? Because one way or the other, if I'm doing minus somewhere,
it's
something is
different.
happening on the
You know,
other
it's
side.
different because the fight did not happen a
No,
lot.
there's plus and minus.
It's called
Nah,
transform.
no.
There's plus and minus.
Yeah,
That's passive aggression.
Yeah, let the young ones.
No, but
be.
it didn't happen. It didn't happen a lot. So he
Yeah.
still like he had soft. What's the word? What was
Soft
the word?
life.
Yeah, he had a
Nah,
soft.
not really.
But that's why you ended up like this.
Didn't you leave?
Gentle parent.
Yeah, gentle parenting. That's why you
gentle
ended up like
upbringing.
this.
Did
Yeah.
you leave earlier than me? Do you know how much I was?
Oh no,
when you
I left and I went to meet hell. So don't worry. I've been clearing waves for you for as long as I've lived in this life.
So since this is episode 100, right? I wanted to kind of touch a couple of things.
Wait, let me talk my own enjoyment.
Oh yeah, sorry.
My own travel
I
enjoyment.
didn't know you had one.
See that?
I mean, you need to change this.
Wow.
You know what? You and I,
Just leave it there.
I will book next year.
No,
I'll book
no.
a solo trip. Not solo.
no.
I will book a duet trip between
A
you
bro
and I. We'll go
trip.
somewhere.
I'm free.
It's okay.
Don't worry. You know this thing where one of my.
What if he's paying for it
Don't
now?
worry. Don't worry.
No.
I had
I'm
an
not
event.
a fan of like.
So you know these raves that they do in Waterloo, like
Yeah.
all these all white raves that white people do where you
Yeah.
pop, something
Molly.
and where there's drug field and stuff.
Yeah.
Me and my guys went to one. I thought it was just vibes and shower. When you go there, everybody is literally on something.
Hi. Yeah.
So
Man.
me, I was just chilling gingerly on my own. All the guys I went to like, bros, if you don't do it with us,
You're not enjoying.
it'll be in your water somehow. One way or
Somehow.
the other, you gonna get it. So I had, you can beat them.
Yeah.
Join them.
You join them. So all this time is doing no. You will wake up in Timbuktu one day. What are you gonna do then?
See, let me
Run
tell you-
away?
Let me tell you, if there is a way you can get me to pass out
Oh,
an
yeah,
interflight,
yeah,
an
we'll do
interflight
it.
and cover, because that experience is not.
You and alcohol are like this,
I don't like that.
Flight now.
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
no.
introduced.
And he came back and he said there was blood coming from his nose. This guy is very serious.
Nah,
Are you
bro,
serious?
My ear
You need
was
to knock him
ringing.
out.
I said my ear was.
No,
ringing
you
for
said your
almost
ear
a
was
week.
ringing and when you listened, blood was coming.
That was
Either you
when
were
I got
coughing or
there. When I
something.
got there, yeah. Not when I came back. Not when I came back.
I think it's Calgary Hill.
Nah, bro, this it wasn't a small thing.
If you don't tell us your sports.
No, but
It wasn't a small thing. You actually don't.
in
And I
his
had
mind-
sinus infection that period.
In his mind, he's already blocking the travel, and now his body is not responding to the blockage.
So
You need to unblock. We need to detox him.
So you're not taking away the fact that I know my body, and when I tell you,
No, you don't know
I
your
won't be
body.
okay with this, and
don't
then
know
I
your
still went on and
You don't know
experienced
your- you
that,
don't know your
and
body.
my body was not okay with
No,
it.
you don't know
But
your
you're not
body.
telling me,
You don't know your body.
You guys telling me you don't know your body.
You don't know your body.
Because if you say body that I have that you have,
You don't know your body.
you are not wired like this.
You don't know your body.
But I mean, what's your enjoyment now?
You don't know your
My
body.
enjoyment, like Nessa said, I wouldn't mind traveling.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I want the one I know. So train
What division
or
you
car.
know?
If there is
On
a
the
way,
ground.
since we are talking about if you are rich, what will you do?
Yeah.
If there is a train that will travel the
Worldwide?
earth, that
The
will
earth?
travel the earth, we can
Okay.
make stuff, party,
I got
do
you.
anything wherever. But train
I
that is
got
gonna
you.
go
All
you are
around.
Just, you are just on that train. You understand?
Snowpiercer.
When they stop, yeah,
I got you.
I'm
I got
down
you.
for that one.
Another thing too for flying, I have a remedy for
let's
you.
say train. Okay.
There's pills you can pop when you
Yep.
get on the plane, and then you're out.
Why are
until
you
the rest
now?
of the
Why are you
thing.
not getting me to be a drug addict?
No, it's not
It's
drugs.
not,
It's
it's
drugs, but it's
sleeping
not
pills.
drugs. It's sleeping pills. Yeah.
Sleeping pills.
Like
Yeah.
melatonin.
Like it's I don't
In
know
a
what
way,
is.
yes.
I've not taken it before, but they're options.
I wish people could see the fear if I do that right now.
That's how I'll take one now.
You understand? He has no choice.
You'll be struggling to wake me up. You'll be
He
struggling
has
to
no
wake me
choice.
up.
No. See, I will carry you out.
You don't understand.
The
When
wake up
we're
is not.
traveling, we have a group chat. Imina kept texting the group. Guy, what's good? What's good? I'm like, what the same flight with you, bro? The same information you have.
The first time I ate that plane in 11 years, the plane was circling 10 times. Weather is getting worse.
I should say that one.
We
like,
made the perfect decision to take plane during snowstorm.
Reach snowstorm.
Nah.
It was bad.
And yours left, mine canceled.
Yeah, and I had
only
sinus.
three of us.
It was the worst weather, so everything
bro.
just compound. I said, it not be this one.
Yeah.
When you raise the pause.
Yeah, exactly. Like you need to travel more so you can experience the better side of
Because
travel.
there's some nice flights.
No, I will travel.
Because of you, I might just do destination wedding. You cannot escape.
Do
it.
it,
you can't do it. If I have missed my sister's way, will not be.
No,
true.
it's not possible.
No.
That one was not by me,
If
but
he
now
has to drag
when
you
now
to
go
this
out
wedding.
of your way.
Later it's like hey, baby.
Yeah.
No, they definitely, and you can't escape it. So that make you best man for a reason.
Yeah.
You cannot escape it.
Are you saying that he's going to be your best man?
No, I'm not saying
No.
that.
He's thinking about
If I want,
Have you decided who your best man is going to be?
No, that's tough. I might not have one. There's so many of you guys.
Wait.
No, but
When
do
you
you
say you
think
guys,
you
like,
feel a type of
I
way to
have a
choose one
list
person?
of
No,
potential like
Best man.
Best man.
Oh.
because if you're
No, but
inviting,
that'll be
I just want to say, if you're
Well,
inviting,
no, it's tough.
if you're
My
inviting
list
us
is tough.
to a wedding, I need 2 years to plan.
Oh yeah, you get 2 years. Don't worry.
I need 2 years.
Yeah, you
But
get 2 years.
if you're asking them to be in groups, would you be okay them saying no?
Not really. No,
Really?
they don't have a choice.
Wait,
Oh my
No,
goodness,
but-
they don't have a choice.
my brother, I have a choice.
Again. if
You are
put
you are
it on
not
this
you are
nation,
not Buhari
you now put it-
or
They're gonna be
Tinubu
on
They don't have a choice.
or Bala Blue.
If
You
I'm
can't
being,
take
if
my
I'm being
decision.
honest, they do have a choice, but
Okay.
I don't think they would
It will
say no.
Okay.
Yeah,
But then I feel like if you
Don't
say no
talk.
to someone's bridal party proposal, I feel like it will affect your friendship. Definitely.
not for guys though.
Not for
I
guys.
think it only happens
not
with girls.
necessarily.
Yeah.
Depends
Yeah.
on the depends on
If
the girl.
Jay tells me,
It depends
depends
on
on
the
the- I don't
reason,
want to
Sha.
be this
Yeah,
way.
it depends
Yeah.
on the
I
circumstance.
think it also depends on the person. Like for me, if you say you cannot make it, I'll be like, okay, do you want to MC? If you say you cannot MC, okay, you want to
DJ?
do BTS. You want to do. You say you don't want to listen, okay, you want to.
You will find
You
find
want to
pick money.
That's just it. I'll find something for you.
Usually, most
must be
people it's
there.
financial reason.
Yeah,
because
and
it
finance-
takes a lot of
I'm
money
the
to
kind
be
of person
part
that
of
will
that.
pay for my guys. So it wouldn't even be it would be very hard for them to say no. I know. No. The thing is, Naza is a rich boy. He likes to pretend, and I needed to come off his low horse.
listen.
Get to a high horse. At least for once in your life. So that's not even a problem for NASA. If NASA was part of the
People have said this,
it
and
wouldn't be an issue.
I think there's an agenda now that's moving.
Oh yeah,
that I'm not in support of. It's
not an agenda, bro.
It's not doing me favor.
It's not an agenda. You know the thing is, I actually need Nigerians or our some of our friends to stop doing this thing because you are who your friends
or
are.
you're hiding your wealth.
You are who your people are. So like, if you keep hiding and keep acting like you're a low life, your people are going to end up low life. You know what I mean?
Let the NASA breathe. Let the NASA breathe.
Your people are going to end up low life. So like, if you look at your circle and you're too big for your circle, that's bad. It's not a good thing. You need to open your circle up.
Now, what is that's a valid concern, right? But you need to understand the input that led to that output.
What's the input?
That's what we need. That's where the problem is.
Okay.
That's what we need to focus on. No, I'm saying if that's the case.
Yeah, but he's asking you what the input is.
But before an output is something that for the most part you don't have any control over, right? But the input part you actually have a control over.
Because there's never been a time when we'll have like a business or financial conversation that
it doesn't have to be. I think for the people always get this wrong, right?
Okay.
You don't have to do business together. You don't have to, you don't have to bring money together and bring out the money. You can plug them into places.
No, I'm talking about information.
Okay,
I'm talking about information.
Yeah.
Like, there's never been a time where we're having a conversation about like, oh, I know this, I've heard of this. Like, just sharing information that I don't bring
up,
what I have.
But then you need to go out of your way to volunteer information to elevate. And
I think that you're asking for too much.
No, but I think that's what it is though. Like,
come on, man. What do you mean go out of your way to?
Yeah, you have to volunteer information for your crew. Because like so
that's
the only time
let's really deep what he's saying, yo.
No, but the only time you're bringing out information is when you're having a discussion. Then that is bad. That's counterproductive.
As compared to what, bro?
Because what if you don't have a conversation?
Give an example so he can.
No, because I think with my
if he receives something and he thinks it's
for example, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example.
Should be going out of his way to...
If I'm working somewhere like my company right now, right? I'm literally just waiting for position to open up for me to be more knowledgeable about how the company works, right? I'm not going to wait to let's start a discussion before I say, there's a position open in my company.
Yeah,
I already know you. I know your credentials. I know what you can bring to the table. I'm going to tell you, edit your resume, send it to me. Let's apply. I'm not going to bring it up when we're having a conversation because for all I know, the next time we meet is end of the year.
And it'll be too late.
So that's what I mean.
I think we mean with two things.
That's what I mean.
One thing with me is maybe my availability. I may not be like a lot of people
make yourself available.
Probably don't see me. And maybe that's where that conversation is not had. That's one thing. Yeah. But secondly, you know the strength of the people are around you, right? It makes more sense to play to people's strength as compared to, because in my head there's so many parts to the top. You have to walk the path that is easy to you.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying? So if I know, like Dre now is about stand-up comedy, creative stuff. Yeah, I'm not a creative person. Yeah, so if I was trying to if Dre was trying to chat to me about being creative, bro, that's flying over my head. You know, you're more like a content creator, dance, living good, lifestyle. That's your thing. The problem now is I'm not any of these things, so I really can't speak to those things. But if I know someone that is into kind of,
but here's what you're focusing on is, for me, you're focusing on the enjoyment part, the extracurricular part.
Okay,
something funds those parts, right? That's not
the 9 to 5.
Yeah, something funds those parts. Dre, I'm pretty sure even with the comedy he's pursuing 3-4 years ago, he should have been doing something that would make the process easy for him now, right? Or he must have been doing something that makes the process easy for him now, right? So I'm not gonna, if I see an opportunity, I'm not gonna wait for it to be Dre's, entertainment or comedy. I'm not gonna find, because I'm not in that space. It's gonna be something else that will help him be more successful in the comedy line, right? So when I even said that first, I wasn't actually coming for you specifically. I wasn't coming for you. I was saying more generally. So I feel like
no, because I was saying something and then you said like NASA needs to come.
No, I didn't say NASA. I didn't say the one. I just said you. Maybe I don't know this guy. If I did or not. But what I meant was like, as you need to be able to elevate your people, right? And I feel like if you, in a nutshell, if you hide what you are, what you're doing, or how well you're doing, or how successful you are, then first of all, people will not know. and you also not be able to help people around you as much as you should, right? Not saying that you're not helping already. Do you get what I mean? So, because I think in life, sometimes, like if you keep growing and growing and growing, it gets to a point where you can no longer come back to help your people. It gets too far away. Now, you really cannot do anything anymore. So that's why sometimes you have to bring people along, right? Little way you can.
but like if you maybe it might not even maybe again like it's a general consensus. So if it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you.
Exactly.
That's my takeaway. Because I thought you mentioned
and another thing is like I'm different too. Like I'm different. I'm the kind of person that, let's say, if I see an opportunity to buy a house or something, or whatever, if my other brother, this other person, I can say, let's bring money together. Let's share. Like I'm just like that. That's how I am. But a lot of people will buy the house first and be like, okay, I bought this house, so maybe this is how you can buy the house too, right? It's all different methods to same outcome, but I'm just different. And I find that from what I've noticed in this world, not a lot of people are like me. So it makes sense.
That's a fact, because there are people that are like, it's not like they are intentionally not stretching out their arms to help people. It's just that if you didn't bring it to their attention, or if you didn't come looking for it,
they don't feel like it's necessary.
It doesn't push them.
It's
not even, they are not even looking at it yet. It's not in their view. It's not in their thought process already, right? But they are like good people on their own that like, if they find themselves in that situation where it's like, oh, this person was complaining about, I'm there physically, I would help. Or if they bring it to me, I will help, or whatever. But then there are people that are like, okay, on the other side, that is like, I already know like there are a couple of my guys that don't have work. I know they are this thing, you understand? Or I know one person just quit this period or whatever. And then I see a position where even if it's for a short time, it can help them. Or that's one step they will need to get to what their actual credential is, but it can work in their path. You see somebody that be like, oh, I actually saw this, like, if you're interested in this is what it can do for you, and I know you'll be fit for this, put this through. Like there are people who like voluntarily do that. So like what Naza is saying, like for Naza, a lot of times like it's not that he can't, but he's not, Naza is not thinking what is not within his.
He said not there.
Yeah, his own this thing is wired differently.
there are people you actually need to, like, I've noticed this too. Like there are people who like when you
that's
when
kind
you
of coinciding with what we talked about.
You have to ask for help for them to help you. Right? They are not just going to volunteer. But if you ask them, they will do it to the best of their ability. But if you don't ask them, they're moving on.
Or they'll be like, oh, I didn't even know that you needed this. Something like that.
Naza is a ask for help type guy, and he'll come through.
No, but I think I'm the same thing. I'm happy. I do offer when I feel like it can benefit you. I don't ever just randomly open my mouth and say shit, because
exactly
you don't know what anybody's going through.
Open your mouth, just
there was a time my company was hiring, right, and they were looking for a project manager, but they needed a project manager with electrical engineering background and construction experience.
And there was nobody in your circle that had that.
Electrical engineering background and construction experience. I know people with electrical engineering background and no construction experience. I know someone with construction experience and no electrical background. And I'm in the renewable energy field. It's such a tight niche. I actually spent, and I did this because a friend of mine, Sabina, has been telling me how, again, you don't like helping people. You blah, 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 blah. Position
you don't like helping people.
The position will be opening your company. You won't tell anybody. So I actually sat down and I went through everyone I knew that was in the project as a project manager or could thrive in this position. I know a lot of people that are even within the renewable energy space. They reached out to me and they were like, oh, I see this position in your company. I told this guy straight up. I'm already inside. I know what they're looking for.
This is not it for
you. You are not this person.
But
don't
it's
stress
like
yourself.
Don't stress yourself and don't stress me, because I can't be referring somebody that I already know is not going to fit the position. A random girl, and I'll never stop praising this girl because the mind which she gets, I didn't even have it. I didn't know this girl from anywhere. She's Nigerian. She saw the position. She wanted the position. She wasn't following me on LinkedIn. She sent me a connection request on LinkedIn. I went through this thing. I'm like, in her previous positions and my previous companies, we've not worked together. I don't know what's linking both of us, but I was like, you know what, this girl is a Nigerian girl. That's the reason. What is it?
LinkedIn
was linked to you guys.
She literally just searched people that followed that company.
That worked there.
And then she probably saw that you were Nigerian as well.
Exactly. So, and then I accepted her request. Then she sent me a message that,
that's what you do these days.
She's interested in her in a position with the company. She has an interview the following day. Having my that day was very busy for me. Like I had back-to-back meetings. when this girl told me that she actually wanted to discuss my experience and talk about the position, I was like, the tenacity that this girl has has shown in this whole conversation is enough for me to move. I had to move meetings around to accommodate this girl. And I told her, send me your resume. So I'll go through her resume and be sure that, okay, I'm not here to waste my time. She had the experience that was required. When I was now asking her, I'm like, listen, first of all, this is not an interview. Like, now we be there. So when you answer these things, and then I'll give you a better way to articulate. Because it's not about the experience you have. It's how you word your experience. She eventually got the job.
Exactly.
And I was actually so grateful because, again, she put in the work.
Yeah,
all she needed was someone to
that actually answered some of your questions, eh? That sometimes it may not be your level, but with your tenacity and this thing, you can still land it.
Yeah, you can actually still get there. But a lot of things come into play. Like first of all, like I thought through it. Like there's nobody I don't know anywhere that's into renewable energy. A lot of people want to get in, but the barrier of entry keeps getting higher and higher and higher. Especially when you're now hitting for like senior project manager or project manager position. You can't like.
I don't even think it's necessary because with career is very different. It's difficult in career because a lot of times if you see a Nigerian in a space, it's probably one or two of them in that space, right? First of all, that's a problem in its own, but at the same time, it also limits the amount of things you can do. Especially if that space now you require a certain credential to be there, right? Whoever you're helping needs to have at least the basic credential. If they don't have it, there's nothing you can do. However, there's another part, right? Because this is not specific to your role. It's not specific to you. It's just general. Like there's another part where like if you've been in tech, for example, you realize that the interview process is harder than the actual job.
Bro, that's one thing I don't understand.
Most times,
people go through like 5 interviews.
Anybody can do the job. So, and a lot of people don't know this. When they hear like a big company, when they hear Google, they hear whatever, they think, oh my God, I can't
Group
get
interview,
in.
single interview,
Let me tell
meeting,
you,
all that.
You can get in.
Yeah.
So now what I'm saying is like a lot of, because of the work required, and sometimes you meet some people, they can't even speak proper, like,
English.
Not use the proper lingo, right? When you first, like, for me, before I got my current job, like it's night and day. Like, do you get so? But somebody had to help me in that process, right? So, and I think we need to be more available to help people out in that process, as opposed to just asking me, you don't have the credential, you don't have this, so you won't work. Like, we need to be able to actually say, okay, you can do it. Because if you actually go to these jobs, you realize the white people doing the job, they don't know nothing.
You're correct.
They are Jon Snow.
They just know how to speak.
Not Jon Snow.
They just know how to speak their way into it.
Straight bullet.
They are Jon Snow. So like,
after the guy has already been stabbed.
Yeah, so like this is just long story short. It just means like I think another thing is sometimes when you're too far ahead, it's hard to come back. Exactly, I think in your situation with your career, you're already too far ahead. There's only so many people that you can drag with you. You already know as act. Your act don't they see all the animals are dying.
That's not the message I was trying to pass.
Yeah, I know that's not the message. I'm passing on the message. The message I am passing on is sometimes when you're too far ahead, it's hard to help. Some people. The goal is
that's
to
his message.
make sure as
your message is the
my own message.
The goal is to make sure as you're growing,
my
drag your people along.
Sometimes when you see like you can initiate certain conversation that will open doors.
You need to show tenacity.
You need to show
tenacity. Tenacity from your people. That too.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask, right? I want to touch on other things. Well, not on, because I know we can always talk about the good stuff, but I want to talk about the bad stuff.
Yeah.
And I want you guys to think about it real quick.
Yeah.
What do you think has been your biggest failure that you can share, and what did you learn from that experience?
Biggest failure.
Let me go.
Yeah, go.
Just go.
So, you see this? Okay. This is my investment mindset. Yeah. No. I'm gonna open up a lot now. It has taken me down certain paths that I shouldn't have. But looking at it now, it has made me a certain person.
Yeah.
Right. In the sense that there was a time when I really wanted to learn how to trade the financial markets.
Yeah.
It was something I wanted to do because I knew 3 things very early. I was going to get into real estate. I was going to build like my career, and my career was always going to be in renewable energy. I didn't really see anything else. but I also wanted to make money
Focused, man.
from the financial market, like be it foreign exchange, be it shares, be it like all of those
Passive
things.
income.
Yeah, have that. So the real estate one I needed a lot of money to get into it, right? But this one, like the financial market one, the cost of entry was lower. So I actually started. I tried learning this thing multiple times. Oh, I made a lot of mistakes, right? But then over time, I was like, you know what? My person as a real estate investor and my person as, you know, what is needed to thrive in this market, they don't meet. With the financial market, most important thing you need is risk management. Like that is, if you can manage your risk, you are very good. Because if you win, there are certain principles. Like if your risk to reward is 1 to 3, and you win only 30% of your trades, you are profitable. But I never wait for all my indicators to click before I always try to I'm always looking at the good side of things, which works in real estate, but it doesn't work here.
It doesn't work with
Financial market. It doesn't work. I don't even try it. Yeah. So over time, I was like, you know what? I don't think I have. And the people tell you, these quitters never win, winners never quit, bro.
Cap.
Once
Learn
I
to know when
clock
to
that
quit.
I'm not that guy, I know when to back out.
Yeah.
So I realized that I can't do this thing. But I was like, there has to be a market here of people that manage funds for people and generate returns. You see that, looking for those people. Bro, if I tell you, like, I've been scammed over 15K easily. It's not even, it's not a joke. Like, there's a running joke. There's a running joke between, if Alamin and Musti were here,
they will finish you.
Bro, there's somebody that scammed me. Same person scammed me twice. They came through with one. I'm going to tell you the story. So this person approached me.
Did they charge you a
do
percentage?
this. So they were like, no, not a percent. Okay, you invest money, like you put your money in, and then you actually see your money growing.
Yeah, I had that. That was gonna be my own.
You see your money growing, but then when it's time to now
withdraw the money, make a withdrawal.
You have to pay certain percentage.
They ask you for more money.
Greedy motherfuckers.
They ask you for more money.
You have to pay money.
You want your money, we need
This
more.
is why I knew I was
Tax,
a this is why I knew I was a dunce.
Yeah.
After I clocked, over 5K was already down the drain here.
Yep.
This person now messed me with another number. And I was now narrating my experience with this person to the same person. This person now told me, you should have known better. Did this person show you this certificate?
And then
So this person now built trust with me and
started collecting again.
Swipe.
I ran him back.
Yo, back to back.
Bro, back to back. The
Yep.
guy, they finished me. Like, I'm not even joking, bro.
Yeah.
At some point, Alamin, so the person that did this thing, the person's name is Lisa Baba.
Yeah.
Alamin and Musti at some point, they started calling me Lisa Baba. Like, bro, it was like, and this is just like, this is just little, bro.
Yeah.
Did you trust this person more because it was a woman?
Maybe there was that.
No, it's not.
But it's just like,
It was a guy from
from the details. Like, this person was like,
Yeah.
oh, in this space you need this, and
very-
I
They
obviously
seem like they know what they're
it seemed
talking
like
about.
they knew what they were
Yeah.
talking about.
All right.
And because you have not done your
My
schooling,
research. So
your
because I
research-
knew, you know, eventually, don't get me wrong, eventually I actually found there's a company that actually does it. And maybe it's a conversation we can have, right? Because again, now I don't want to feel bad. But maybe it's actually maybe it's a conversation we can have and we can actually structure it. Like, you know, I'll talk to you guys about it.
Yes.
But like, there's actually a company that, you know, they do
Take us a master class.
yeah, they do that. But getting to that point, but the thing I always told myself was, across the portfolio, I've made way more money than I've lost.
Then you've lost. But that loss
So what's
that
your,
loss is part of a story now.
so what's your biggest takeaway though?
that I'm telling. To be honest, people say this a lot of time, and it maybe has begun to lose the value. But you just have to trust the process, bro.
Trust the process.
Even when you're taking those L's, because
trust in
and
the process.
you have to trust the process.
I agree.
You
But
know,
there's a grand flaw in that. I would say it in my own.
Yeah,
It
so
won't
you-
apply to you.
you always have to trust the process.
Give me that
Number one.
move. I trust.
And number two, like, you know when to call it quits, bro. Like, if you're trying something, just know when to call it quits.
yeah.
And then, like, again, assess your risk. You get me? Assess your risk, and like it is.
All right, you got to hear your story.
Okay, so my own is that issue, because there's always this thing like where it's like, okay, you just have to start with this one, because if I go about and be like, oh, I don't have money to start doing investment, you find 99% of people will tell you it doesn't matter how small, you just have to start
somewhere. Yeah,
that's what $50 from everybody will tell you that. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
So you listen,
like, bro. So I had this time where it's like my work had so this okay, this is really bad. So my work had this I don't know if I should actually say this, but okay, yeah, I will actually, fuck it. So
okay,
but yeah, at least so that people will not make this mistake. So that people will not make this
Lead out the new school.
Okay, so this being a mumu in capital letters, all of the this thing.
MU.
So here's what happened, right? So one time my work just I think they paid in vacation money into my as my regular decision. So they overpaid the vacation. In fact, I don't think I was supposed to be paid vacation. I've been working with that company that long, right? So they paid into it. I'm like, yeah, these people don't fuck up, but I wouldn't be the one to realize I'll amend it. But I say, okay, maybe this is the miracle I've been waiting to, the opportunity I've been waiting. I don't want to eat these people's money, but this is a starting fund for something. Right, and I've already been going through us trying to find all of this, because I know I don't have time to take the forex, the training or the course to learn all of that. So, and I stumbled onto. I searched so many times. I've been searching for a long time. I found this one, and even people will tell you websites. Oh, how you identify the fake websites? They don't have that key. This one has that key. He has a padlock. He has the padlock. This one has everything. So everything seemed legit, and I already said. They say, oh, you can start with as low as $250 US dollars. Right? I managed to scrap down and put. So I had already started. And they see they map the project high. They see I'll get some lows, but so when this money enter my account, I put it. Not all of it. How much
so I was like, how much was this money?
This is let's not go in there. So I put a part in it. You understand?
A portion.
So like now I say you actually see your gains and stuff. You actually see even the losses and whatnot. But from where you're coming from, there's a lot of money going on there, right? So now, bam, when the head office, they fix their stuff and they are now talking to me, I'll be like, oh yeah, I realized that, but I'm waiting for you people, and you guys have to calculate what was actually my paycheck from that period, my actual paycheck and whatnot, so I will know how much I'm returning to you guys. So they did their math, and then they tell me, okay, this is how much you have to return back. And how much I have to return back.
The money
is like 7K plus.
The money not there.
7K plus. So now that's when I'm like, that ain't no problem. On my forex stuff, I'm now like,
up.
I'm like,
the chips are up.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, check you. Jesus, this shit has paid out.
Yeah.
I'm like, right now I'm like 13K up. Like,
what do
you mean?
Do you know who I am?
You double that.
You know who I am? I'm like, okay, so I will just. How do I pay it? So now I now went to these guys. Okay, so this is what is happening. I see that this thing is going. This is growing. So like, I need to
check out,
take some money, do something, and then we'll keep going at the pace that we are going. You understand? So then I said, to withdraw, you have to. So withdraw. Then I said, okay, how much do you want to withdraw? This guy actually sent me firm with letterhead and all of that, and be like, okay, between this amount to this amount, this is how much tax it costs. I'm like, why are you not taking the tax out of the account?
Yeah.
Take the tax out of the account. That's my money. It was like, oh no, that is actually not allowed. Konyami want this rule, blah 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 blah. And then I didn't also tell you about the handling fee. Handling fee, a certain percentage. So you pay all of that before you can get money.
Yeah.
Bro. Now I say, why? Is it not my own money?
I'll take all my money back.
Like,
I want all my money back.
That's the thing. There's no
way for you.
You're not getting anything.
I think
you're not clocking in.
You ain't getting anything.
Like they will tell you have to clear this.
It's not cash that you're touching.
Before you know it, when you insist too much on not dropping not dropping anything at all, right? That person you are calling, that phone number you are calling, discontinue. A few days later, somebody will not call you and not be like, oh, this is not. That's when they will not tell you, oh, they didn't tell you about this certificate or whatnot. That is what was blocking your account. They know the story, but that's when I clocked that nothing is going to.
Yeah, nothing.
So how much of this did you get back?
Nothing. You
Wait,
don't
I'm
get it.
confused.
Nothing.
What do you mean? You don't
understand?
get it.
So wait, they say like they will charge you a certain fee. There's clearance.
All of those,
Yes, those
they'll
are
tell
money.
you-
They're taking
Yeah,
it.
it will unlock the money that
They will
you're
tell
meant
you
to get.
unlock the.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Yes.
So they're taking more money,
They're
but they're
taking
not
more
giving
money,
you're
you
not
no
getting
money.
anything.
This is not how you don't say it
find-
to other brothers.
Yeah.
Because they never clock out.
So you put the money there with the hope to make more money later.
It
Yeah.
was
So
making.
they are
It's not
saying
with the
that-
hope.
It was growing.
You
Okay,
are
they were
seeing
making-
it.
So they are
It
not
was growing.
saying for you to make this money later. So how
No,
about the
no,
money
no,
that
For
you
you
to
to
take
withdraw
out money.
part of your money.
Let's use actual numbers.
Okay.
Let's
Use
say you
actual
put-
numbers,
let's say
yes,
you
please.
put
Use
2K
actual
there.
numbers.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you
They can tell you that
you started
2K
with
now.
250 small,
Okay.
and you're building it.
Yeah,
here.
okay,
Okay,
let's
okay,
say
okay.
250. So you enter 250, they'll tell you like maybe in a week 750.
Okay, 750. Okay. Now
that's
I want the 750.
That's now you want the 750.
Okay.
They'll ask you how much of this 750. If you say you want the whole
Okay,
750,
I want the whole
they
750.
can tell you that okay, your first this thing you have to give them 10%.
Okay, so 10% out of that. No, out of the two.
No.
Of the
This is 750 you want to
750.
take.
Okay,
So you,
okay.
and this 750, that 10%, you think you can tell them to take it from
From
the
that-
750.
from that,
They'll be like,
no.
no, because they'll give you one reason why they can't.
Why
touch
they
it.
can't touch
So you
your
now have
money.
to send them another 750.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So you send them another
Okay.
10%.
Okay.
But then instead of 10%, they will call with another call another
Come
fee.
on, find another.
And
fee.
while this is happening,
They
that
are-
750 has reached maybe 900 now. You are still seeing the account.
you are still seeing the account moving.
Okay, so you cannot now ask for the money that the account is moving. They have to keep giving them from your account.
Yeah.
Because they are calling all of these
They are
things.
telling
that
you
are
so
telling
many
you
things.
They're
That
scamming.
they are
that
telling
you need to
gatekeepers.
pay.
They are
Like
literally
gatekeep-
scamming you.
Yeah.
That's what they're
Not
doing.
daylight.
Yeah,
Up
literally.
until you clock that.
Clock.
When
yo,
you clock that
They're
this is
taking your
scam,
this
money.
is a
you need to
scam.
stop.
That's when you now stop.
Yeah. That's when
And you give
stop,
up on
and
your
you not be
money.
fine with what you've lost.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you.
So and you're never getting your money back.
You're not
getting
never
it
getting
back.
any of those things that was seen already back. Yes,
Check out.
yes,
That's what,
bro.
that's what I'm telling you. So I did the first guy.
He did the first.
Then the
guy, he
second
had
guy now
second
came
guy.
and was like, oh, you should have known this because
have known- yeah,
there's this
because
certificate that you should have
this
asked
is
for.
the that you have done.
Then I now
And that
started
certificate
paying this one
costs.
again
Yes.
with hope that this one can
It will now release it.
report to who?
Nobody is reporting to who.
They will
Go
just
and
be
sit
like,
down,
"You
let
are
me finish
stupid
my own
for-
story. Go and
for
sit down, let me
listening to
finish.
them."
So
I will tell you my own scam story.
so like after all this I now clock, okay, these people are now using me to play because I have a real problem that I need to solve and these people are not solving it, and I don't even have the much money that I need to actually keep doing it. So and I
this
had
happened
to
to
go
you.
back
That's
to my
crazy.
HR and be like, okay, this is what's going to happen. I need
I need some time. I need a payment
my
plan.
account, my
Yeah,
account is set up.
Basically-
I gotta
need a
put money
payment
from the
plan.
savings.
Yeah. So I now told them I need this amount of time to be able to secure it and send it, blah blah blah. They kind of understood. I even had to explain to. There was one HR manager that like I talked to about everything. Basically, if you're doing immigration, she's the one that that woman, she responds like right quick and stuff, right? So I told her, okay, I need to get things sorted and then be able to send. So they gave me a time frame, and then I'm like, yeah, that's fine by me. So within 3 months, I was able to gather all their money and then send to the HR and stuff, and that was sorted. So now I now had to, like I told you, because I when I clocked it, right, I now stopped sending money. And when they keep talking to me, I keep insisting, okay, give me this, let me actually see, the refund from my stuff. I'm still trying, obviously, to see if there is a way I can reclaim anything, right? But realizing that they keep wanting, so I've stopped sending, right? And when I clocked it, the one guy from going on vacation, he's now on vacation, to he's not answering anymore. The next thing I knew, another person called. It's almost like they took over the account because that person is gonna be away for a while. And like, and I realized they are trying to get this, but this is what you still have to do. So that's more things I have to spend money on. I cut them off. And then guess what? So this was like a little bit more than 2 years ago, right? This year again, almost a year, I find people calling and telling me, oh, you actually had an account with these people. We are or I seen that you created this blah blah blah. This is how much you had in this thing. So want to help you continue. So it's almost like
They're
they
tracing
sold
back.
the portfolio.
Sell
Or
that
they
portfolio.
transferred the portfolio to more people, right? To continue from where they scam.
That WhatsApp group, yeah.
Yeah.
This list.
Yeah.
They have
See these people,
they have
right?
they have communication amongst themselves.
Lordy.
And then actually,
Yeah.
there was the first group of the next set that called me. would have had me, obviously, when it comes to, okay, once they start asking me for money, that's where I always know that, okay.
Yeah.
But where they almost got me, so this next group this year called and then was actually telling me that they were part of the law firm that is fighting, that they knew that there was a scam going on with this. So come ask me some question. I'm like, yeah. And then even talk within the amount that I had on that at that period. Yeah. So they said they've been fighting the case and they're trying to refund the money to the people that had fallen victim to those blah blah blah.
But you should bring...
So then I asked if I used any crypto trade in crypto app, because there's those apps where you put in dollars.
Yeah.
And then it sends that in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So all of that. So those ones are legit. Yeah. Those ones, it's just transfer. It's just like an app that actually work, right?
Yeah.
So there are ways. It's like ways to send people money.
Yeah.
Right. So then I asked, oh, did you do that? Blah blah blah. I say, yeah, I did that. I'm signing up to the account was legit and all of that stuff. It's okay. We'll need that to be able to
the wallet,
the account.
Wallet. Yeah, that account.
Wow.
Right. So and on top of that, they don't want to just they want to confirm that this is your actual account. So we need you to be on your computer
to authenticate
log in and tell us the information. So basically, as they're doing that, I now clocked it that if they're doing that, all these tech people, they just need some ID or whatever.
Yes,
they will mirror what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They'll mirror, and from there, once they've taken over your computer, it's gone. Once you say that, oh, are you in front of your computer now? Because we need to start doing it now. I say I'm at work. Can you call me later? Right. So, and then when I clocked that's what this was. I got more calls of people using that avenue.
Yeah.
Using that avenue. Okay.
Because they're like, oh, this person answers the phone. So.
And there's one the this thing that I use.
You're in shock.
The wallet.
I'm in shock because I almost got scammed in a different way, but similar.
Yeah, if you see I almost got. I
CRA one. That one is every day.
Yeah. So
I get
this
something.
one. More people, called, and then
this one's not CRM.
The account is like is a shake pay. That's what it is. The big Bitcoin wallet. That's not the maker. These the people that used to pay people. So those ones they are legit.
The shake pay one is
legit because you just use it. It's just a Bitcoin. It's just a Bitcoin movement, money movement and stuff. So that is one. But the website that those people used before is no longer active. I go find. I say, what happened to the padlock? I saw the padlock. I saw the padlock and all of that. So I lost a lot of money. I was down.
What's your biggest takeaway?
My biggest takeaway is, to be honest, they keep telling you no amount is small to start or whatever. Is somebody that actually has money to spare that can keep doing that and eventually see return in the future.
Yeah. No, bro. There's no return.
There's no return. It's a scam.
No,
these guys. I mean, like this one is scam. I mean, like for you, he's
talking about investing
looking for
in general.
the actual method for you. You eventually found the method, and then you invest in. You've seen more return now, not with the same people.
I've told you guys a story about how I found these guys, right?
No, you haven't. But
okay.
But I think what you're saying is that, like, for you to invest, you need to have the money.
So
right,
you need to have money. Like, don't do the one that, because if you wait, it's a risk thing. If you think that the downtime is going to affect a lot, because I know what it affected on my own life, having to pay off the other part of the money that I have to pay off and whatnot. Like, to the kind of negative effect it had is not something I want to be like, oh. I need to find a better light. I'm not seeing any lights right now. Let me manage to get to the surface and breathe. Right? Let me manage to get to the surface and breathe. All these people that will be like, there are a few legit ways out there.
Breathe.
But really and truly, like some people will scrabble to get that little one and be like, okay, let this start something.
Let me say,
I'll say something.
Like, I trust me, I get where he's coming from. Right?
Don't go and tell me but.
No.
Because our bracket is definitely not the same.
I'm going to tell you something that really changed the game for me. Right? Mm-hmm. Like investing. Yeah. One guy told me, like, investing is not the vehicle.
Yeah.
It's the principle.
It's not the what?
It's not the vehicle. So investing is not in real estate. Investing is not in stocks. Investing is not in owning your business. It's the principle behind investing that makes sense.
Yes.
In the sense that if you're earning
a certain amount,
let's say
$1,000.
Let's say $1,000. Your investment portion of that should be like within 30% of that. Yeah. If you stick to 30% every month, So you can perfectly survive with 70%.
It's like the usage of your credit
and you
card.
stick to 30%.
Yeah.
Even if you encounter
Any
issues
problem,
like
it
this,
shouldn't affect you.
it
your
would
daily
not
life.
really hit you, because again, investing is in the principle and not in the vehicle. Right? So there will be times when, like, if you apply yourself to that principle, it may take you longer to get there, but it would mitigate a lot of.
And at least you're not running out
But
of
here-
loss.
but here's what I'm telling you. That is rightfully so. Say you are on a ground zero where whatever money you're making now is what you are working with. Yeah. But there are people that are working, literally trying to work from negative to positive. That 30% and doing 30, maybe their paycheck is going to whatever thing, and they are literally cycling.
Those people should not be investing.
Yeah.
No, they shouldn't be. Yeah. So like
you have different priorities.
You have different priorities. Yeah. So it's like that is one example. But like you have to, like, the advice shouldn't go to everybody.
No,
Yeah,
it's not.
exactly. It's not for everybody. Yeah.
So that's why the lesson where I'm
That's the
taking.
lesson you learn.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
different.
Let me tell you, it
That's true for
depends on
different
where you are
folks.
working from
Different folks.
financially.
Yeah.
If you cannot work with that principle,
Exactly.
if it's
Yeah.
not applying to you, don't go and listen, because if you don't have enough money, if you are not well enough yet, you want to get there. That's your aspiration. You want to get there. So when you're hearing all these advices and you're hearing people be like, yes, it will work, just need to do this, apply this principle, apply this and do that. Some people might even think, okay, what I'm doing now, even though I'm trying to work from the back, let me still take something from it. Maybe when it start working, it to start easing off my whatever. They keep getting more into the pit. You understand? So my advice or my takeaway is that wait until you can get to where that 70-30 can work for you.
Yeah.
And then work with that.
Yeah.
That's my own.
It's just-
and when, like you said, know when
to call it quits,
know when
bro.
to call it quits.
Yeah.
No,
It's
because-
also
because
it's listening to the
with my
the
little
wrong
experience,
people.
bro, I've become a shield to a lot of my people. Like, a lot of people only venture into things
That you've
when
done.
I've gone in
When they know that you've
and
done and you're
it's
successful
working.
and it works.
Yeah.
I know so many people.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even, bro.
Yeah.
Even my brother, I told my
think-
brother, listen, I've made a lot of mistakes for us.
Yeah.
Just
you're
ask me,
good.
please.
Just ask me.
Just
I will
I think
tell you.
that's the thing too. Like,
Don't-
just asking
don't
the right, like,
go,
before you do
don't
things,
try it.
right? So,
The last thing I would ever want to, I can live with me making mistakes, so.
but you
Because
too.
I can hope for a better tomorrow, but I can't live with knowing
Both of
that
you making the same
right
mistake
under my
twice.
nose you made the same
same
mistake.
thing that I just made.
No,
Let me tell you,
no.
the biggest mistake Mina made was not returning the money in the first place.
Yeah, that's why I told this story. Like, I'm supposed to have proactively
money.
this way and be like, this is what happened.
Yeah, what happened was
yeah, you guys need to figure it out and let me know.
I don't
so
think so.
can-
I don't think so.
So I can fund it back.
To be honest with you, I love what he did. The
I
only
tried-
problem there is
that they asked for the money back.
the venture did not,
venture
because
cannot
if
pan out.
Pan out.
it was a productive venture,
He would have gained off that
do you
money
know,
and
like
paid
that
back.
would have changed the game.
that would have changed
Yeah.
the game for
That's
me.
what I'm saying. Like, if it was me, in fact, it's not even if it was me, I've been in a similar situation.
Yeah, because companies.
You like- you are a
if
greedy
it's
man.
you, the
No,
company will not call it
Yeah,
out.
but
anyway, I gotta get through everybody.
yeah, very true, very true, very
Yeah.
true. So I'm
gonna change it for you. I'm gonna add an extra one for you, Nimi, and you can pick, right? Because you're the different background and different space. So you can either talk about your biggest failure and what you learned from that, or you can talk about something that you started and you finished, but also tell us like when you decided to walk away from that.
To be honest, what I had to say kind of merges both of them.
All right.
well, they don't scam us plenty.
No, I didn't get scammed. I didn't get scammed.
Oh, no,
I
I've
didn't
been
get
scammed. My
No,
own
I've been
scam story, they
scammed.
come. No
I've
worry.
been- I've
You
been
go bust your brain.
scammed. I've been scammed, but then that's not like the regret.
What did they ever
part.
scam you?
Because to be honest, like I
Bro,
never.
you
Yeah.
boys are
At this
putting in work.
No. Like, yeah.
let's
in regard to scam, like, yeah. But, anyways, yeah, me, I'm more of a creative. I've never really been very business minded. Well, no, that's not really the way to put it. But yeah, I'm more of a creative. I tend to put out my mind. Let me just put it that way. And I used to study animation in school. But I stopped midway. I actually just had 1 year left, and I changed my course completely.
Okay.
And it was
What's the
because I felt like it became pressure it was no longer
Fun.
It was no longer fun. The reason I started it, the reason I wanted to do it in the first place was because it was fun for me. Like I just wanted to. It was my art, yeah. And then the pressure and all of that just made it so choked up for me. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. And I dropped my pencil. When I tell you I dropped my pencil, I didn't pick a pencil for a good 2 years after I stopped that course.
Where's pressure coming from?
The pressure was coming from school.
From school and stuff. So
you know, they want you to do
deliverables.
it in a particular way. This is what they want you to do. But then for me, it's more of I want my creativity to work for me. Like I want it to just flow. I don't want to have to pressure myself because when I apply pressure, it clogs my creativity. And that's the point of the production.
Too much
Yeah.
shit. The blood toilet.
She needed gentle.
Gentle, yeah.
She needs to be fluid.
I need to be fluid, yeah.
Non-binary.
But yeah, like so pretty much I totally cut it off and I felt like later on, like now I'm starting to getting back into like my creative aspects. Now I'm more fluid with that and it's just like, you know, it flows better now. But I feel like if I was a little more persistent, I could have just gotten it done and over with.
Yeah.
And, you know, I could have probably been in a whole different direction. But trajectory, exactly. Trajectory. So I feel like at the end of the day, right? Pressure will come. I know they say pressure makes diamonds, right?
Yeah.
But pressure will come. So I feel like my biggest takeaway from that is persistence. Like regardless of the pressure is going to end up in a good place. Like right now I'm in a good place in regard to my creativity, thankfully.
Yeah.
But that's because like I've decided to revisit that. Like if I decided to stay in that lane of, you know what, nah, I'm not doing this no more. Because I was really in that lane for a good 2 years. I was just working and doing other things in my life, like totally neglecting the fact that I was a creative or I am a creative. So I feel like definitely persistence, like there will always be pressure, but just keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
That's how you make diamonds.
Exactly.
Your own Skittles is not made with, you know, candy stuff.
stuff.
It's made with
Do we
diamonds.
want to leave
Diamonds.
Rennie's scam for last? So I can do my own.
Yeah,
Since
because I feel like there'll be
juicy.
there's gonna be interjections.
Oh
Yeah.
my
There's
god.
gonna be pauses
You guys
and
don't-
climaxes and
So
breaks.
am I getting the two options?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a little bit in the same aspect of what NImi said. Me was more what was it? I would say 2017, 2018. I got interested into modeling. I even got to the point where I applied to different agencies, took pictures, all that stuff, and I signed a contract with an agent. So that's something that I started. And I was doing a lot of call-ups, a lot of commercials, a lot of all that stuff. I would do the first audition, second audition. I would get paid for the audition, then past the second audition, I would not make it. So it would be a lot of failures.
Yeah.
But it was also at the same time that I had to work as a teacher because I had bills to pay. So while working as a teacher, I had to figure out the whole scheduling thing where my agent would message me and say, you have an audition.
Conflict,
exactly.
conflict of scheduling.
My agent,
Scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
my agent would send me, you have this audition that would pay this much and all that. And in my head, I'm like, am I going to take a day off and go for an audition that may not pan out? Or am I going to go for something that is 100% sure and I'm getting paid for? So that comes into failure, fear of failure, and fear of taking risk. So I was in between those, and it got to a point where I even had the chance to take an audition to go travel back to Morocco, and film a movie with Netflix.
Wow.
But I said no to it.
You said it?
Yeah, I did. I said no to. I said no to auditioning. All I had to do was be able to speak Arabic. I had to be a certain
was that in your
way
life?
and all that.
I was gonna go there.
And that's the thing.
How many years ago was this?
This was like
2017.
3 years ago.
So
like
if it's
3
2017,
No,
three-
that's
three-
not 3 years
no,
ago.
2017 is when I started pursuing for
Okay,
things.
okay.
But
I
did we
signed
know
my
you?
thing.
Did we know you by this time?
Yeah, you did. You did know.
But you just
What-
didn't say
I
it.
just didn't.
At
I
what
just
point
didn't
have you?
share. It was at the point where you guys saw. I posted like actual official photo shoots, like fashion shows, all of that.
No, how
It wasn't
deep
that
were we in
time.
our relationship in terms of our friendship?
It wasn't that deep.
Okay.
No, it wasn't that
Because
there's no girl that made that.
Plus, I
don't
did
go
not
Morocco.
share
Yeah,
any,
she did share.
any auditions that I had. Like I had the audition with McDonald's. I don't know if you guys saw the McDonald's
we didn't.
for the
didn't
Super
even-
Bowl
didn't
where they
even-
were talking about like it was like a fashion movie.
I've already retired. I'm not top manager.
Top manager.
Really like an
Top
audition
manager.
for that. I was like, there was a potential for me to be in a commercial for the Super Bowl, but like there was a lot of opportunities for me that I did not end up going with because I chose certainty and security over risk.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Deep,
And
I
it got
feel
to
very
a point, it got to a point where after the year, my contract was about to be up. And I looked at it, I'm like, am I going to keep paying this person and keep not taking the risk? Or just finish this contract and go back and focus to what I actually am doing, which is teaching. So I flipped the story. And I just did not continue signing. So I stopped paying. And I just focused on teaching and going back to school. And that also means I stopped really focusing on my content. And I like as content creating, doing fashion shows, going into like communication, connections, going to fashion shows. Because I went to like a bunch. I went to Toronto Fashion Week. I did all of that. But I stopped doing that stuff because I stopped being in contact with that community.
Man.
So that the takeaway from it is you have to pick and choose what risk you want to take and how far you want to go. And whatever choice you make, you have to live with it.
Yeah.
That was my takeaway.
I have two questions for you.
Yes.
Number one,
Yes.
like, because the hardest part you already did. You already found someone
Yeah.
that was
What do you
bringing
mean, like,
this lead
As an agent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bro, the hardest part is being pretty. Having the body.
Yeah, having
the body.
Some
assets.
girl
And
is
then
skinny
now
as shit
found-
and
now
have the space
found
and
the
everything.
guy.
Yeah, so,
So
yeah.
I have actually. What was your mental health like? Seriously,
What was my mental health?
during at this place in time.
My self-esteem was not up there.
That's what that's
My
what I
self-esteem was
going
not
into.
up there. So it was a lot of doubt whether I could do it or not, whether they would pick me or not, especially after having so many rejections within that year.
Yeah, that's. I didn't want to go directly.
And
That was
because
my ass.
it being a tight community in Toronto, so it's very hard. It was just starting. Like they were just starting to bring Netflix shootings and all of that stuff, like shooting the Netflix shows here in Toronto and all that stuff. It wasn't a big community. It was just starting. So it was very, everybody wants to get in. So it was a lot of people, not enough space.
You would have been such
I
a
have another
big deal
question.
now.
This one is it's quite private. Like,
Go ahead.
It's okay if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Were you in a relationship then?
Was I in a relationship then?
She was definitely.
I was
seeing
just
somebody.
starting.
Yeah,
How was that relationship?
it was just starting.
It was just starting.
No, because
so
like
it's-
no, because what I'm going with this is no.
Oh, are
wait,
you
wait, wait.
thinking as in like I'm basing it based on that relationship?
No. Because
Because
you know,
one person should have been
one,
able to tell.
yeah,
you.
one thing I
was just
suspected
wrong.
I
here
did not
was
tell that person
See,
why.
I don't know.
Because
It
to
was
be honest,
just-
in that
because it was just
time,
starting.
because these are things that I was
Dealing with in
afraid
your
of
mind.
sharing
Yeah.
myself
Our
because I was
self-esteem too was
afraid
one
of
thing.
failure myself. So for me to share, it means I have to get back to you on how it happened.
Right.
Does that make sense?
But
Like
again-
if I'm not telling you I had an audition, I don't have
don't
to
have
tell
to.
you how they ended up.
because ideally, like you know, ideally, I'm using the word ideally very strong here. That safe environment will be there, especially in the beginning of relationship. Maybe it will change
Later on,
Yeah.
At the
but the
beginning,
beginning of
would have been-
relationship,
But
you expect
it wasn't
safe-
in that part. It wasn't serious. If that makes sense,
Yeah,
it was in a
was just starting,
situation
but
where
it was a situationship.
you're doing your thing. Exactly, it was a situationship. So it wasn't a thing of can I rely on this person to actually open up and be vulnerable and then get back to you and tell you of what it is.
This is the part. The part that she struggled with is the part that you know when you actually get into a serious relationship.
Yeah.
That's when she will not share with you.
Exactly.
And then not help her through it. But
Exactly.
at that point, we are still getting to know each other. We're just
Right
seeing
now,
body
it's not the
and
case.
doing
Right
that
now,
stuff, yeah.
I am able to open. Obviously, I'm saying it
Yeah,
off in front of the camera. I wouldn't have said it before.
Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Even Imina
The
should have spoken
opportunity-
to somebody too.
If the opportunity
No, see,
comes,
'cause
follow
like
it
This
now.
is a
Like
sign
what-
from me now, though.
like what she said.
Now, fam,
Like
if
what
if you're
Because
if
I'm
you're chasing
literally just
something, bro,
about to like end my contract with my agency.
Exactly.
like what she said, right? A lot of times when some things like that happen to you and say you've had so many or you're not confident in yourself, or in my case where it's like
you already made a mistake,
I known better, or there are so many mistakes. There's so many ways you could tell me, oh, I shouldn't have done this in the first place.
And you already know that.
There's so many. So it's hard for me to bring it to people to start talking about it, where you're going to ask me questions that is going to fall back to what I already know.
Exactly.
And guess what are you going to tell me about? You're not going to provide me a solution. You're only going to tell me things I already know.
I told myself.
Eventually, things I already cried
about
myself, cried my eyes about already. Why do I want to keep reliving that over and over?
Right.
And I'm not going to tell it to one person. I'm not going to tell you to just two persons. So it's like, there's no reason why I should.
Sure.
And if I've learned from it, I've stopped, or I'm deciding to stop. I don't want to keep reliving this again. And I'm just going to push it.
I think you should have spoken to somebody part is more of like, I think it's like a takeaway from the whole thing.
It's
like
a takeaway.
Having mentors, having people that you can talk to when there's an idea. You can share with them. And then they either tell you what to do based on their experience, or, stuff like that. Like,
unfortunately, at that time, I didn't really have anybody in that community when it came to like mentoring and all that. Everything was new. Even the agent herself, her agency was new. So I was one of her first people. Now, I still follow her, so like I still see what she's doing. People are in Nike
you
stuff.
Would have been in
people
Nike
are
for
doing
sure.
like Gap commercials. People are with like Yeezy, Kanye doing music videos.
Can you reach out to her?
Can I reach out to her? Yeah, I could,
But
I'm not interested.
That phase.
It just
I've gone past.
She's gone
that
past.
phase.
And there's like
You're interested? I'll send it to you.
there's like a prime for all those things too, and the movement. Then the freedom is not. She doesn't. Probably
it's more
I don't
difficult
know,
now.
it's more. There's more to it, right?
At the,
Well, I hope
at the
you
Genesis,
know-
she would have been. Is this boy? He's doing
My
II.
boy.
Just leave him. He's lighting. He's doing
No,
II.
he don't want to. He don't want
I
to.
don't persevere this, bro.
Already pursued it.
I can't persevere.
Let the
Let's
breathe.
Let it sing.
let the,
Yeah. So I mean, have you finished?
I hope you don't leave with regrets, though.
No,
Okay, good.
no,
That-
I don't
that's
live with
enough.
regret. No.
That's enough.
I've gone through that conversation with myself on how I feel about it and all that stuff, and I've gotten to the point where there's no regret right now because of where I'm at in my life. Yeah.
make peace with yourself.
Reney, you brought up a point, and I'm like, about like talking to people about it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's Bible says in multitude of counsel there's safety.
Yeah.
But the decision on what you do
Still lies on you.
Still lies on you.
Exactly.
No.
Because I've had an opportunity where I spoke with people that I felt were like-minded. Like, I'm seeing this opportunity, you should see it as well.
But they didn't
And
see it.
They didn't see it.
Yeah.
I spoke to another group of people, they didn't
They
see,
didn't see it. That's when you know that you're.
When I now went into this thing,
That's
and
when they
now
come in.
clicked. They now came back and were like, "Oh, you should have told." Listen, I wanted to slap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, but that's not the right counsel. What I mean by right counsel is like there are some situations you end up in. Like, for example, if I'm trying to buy a house now,
Yeah.
I'll come to you now.
Yeah,
Exactly. So there's no way you're going to tell me, and I'll later on I see something I say you not show me, because housing is kind of like similar process. That's what I mean.
I know. I'm just saying that, like, sometimes, like, even those people that you're relying on, because I felt like, these people will see this thing. Because even me, I was having doubt, and I was like, okay, let me talk to these guys, and we can rally together, bro. They were all telling
But
me,
people can only tell you from what they
can
see,
see.
right? They can
Yeah.
only see some, like, it's like our parents, right? The mistakes they made is based on what they knew, right? It's based on what they know. Like, if they didn't know better, like if the person knew better, they would have told you better, right? So, but some things people have not been there, so they can't tell you. It's
and
just-
an endeavor like the investing one and all of that stuff, right? So it's when you now start talking to people about it after, they'll not be like, "Oh, didn't you see that this was a red flag?
no,
This was a red flag. You know that you could have seen that coming immediately." They said this. When you're there, you're not.
When you're
seeing
there,
it.
you're not.
seeing
You
it.
don't
You're
see
not-
that,
not-
right?
There's no
Right.
way you're seeing
You're
that,
not.
and I don't want people to.
I'll tell these guys. No, continue.
Yeah, and I don't want people to tell me that before. Reney or Dre, because I know they are packing.
No, I'm not packing anything, man.
You have to unpack.
The way I hear people's failures, bro, I didn't think it was this deep.
You open the can of worm.
Bro, see, when it comes to that, bro, I've made a lot of, I've failed so much that, like,
Yeah. It's part of the journey, though.
That's like
That's the journey.
exactly. It really is part. If I start talking, I say now only Musti and
Maybe we need to have an
really
episode of the
Oh yes,
failure.
but I think the takeaway from all of that is that in with success comes failure, and failure sometimes can be a lot.
Yes, that's one.
You know what I'm saying?
And then, yeah,
I'll try to keep it lighthearted because everybody has been deep.
No, don't.
Nah, don't even
We are
do
talking
that,
about
bro.
your own.
we have
we are
already
not
opened
doing
emotions now.
Yeah,
Nimi has already considered her life. She has got to take a smoke break. Now you want to be light.
You want to be light-hearted.
Bakara, yeah,
No.
feel like it's
No,
hot.
because I don't even like. When everybody was speaking, I was trying to think. I'm like, nothing comes to my mind that is just as.
A lot comes to
No,
mind.
you don't compare to what we did. Just find
Don't
what
compare.
was your biggest
No.
biggest whatever it is. Yeah, listen, just find it.
Maybe I will heal.
Okay.
But the one I think I can speak on, and I guess I will say this before I go into it, is just, and it's nothing too crazy. It's just like, for me personally, at the stage that I'm in life where I'm really focused on the entertainment side of things that I'm doing, the just the journey that I'm currently on, is that sometimes you might receive an opportunity, but you're not prepared for that opportunity. And just knowing within yourself when, not necessarily the right time, but just knowing that you're ready for this. And so it's where they say preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah.
And sometimes because you know somebody or know somebody, and they say they're offering you this opportunity, and then you take it, but you're not ready for it. You just take it.
Yeah.
And I say this because in 2014, I had a gig. I had a gig in Winnipeg. And long and short of the story is I went for the gig because it was through a connection, through a mutual friend. She was putting it together. She was like, I know the perfect guy. And, you know, I took the gig and I ended up going to Winnipeg with my girlfriend at the time. And long and short of the story, I got booed. Like, they booed me off stage.
Damn.
As I was hosting the event.
Jesus.
They booed me off stage. Like, I went on Twitter and I saw they were talking about me on Twitter.
Oh, no.
They were like, you guys, let's boo this guy off stage.
This was 2014.
Yeah, I think it was 2014.
Wow.
And
This was like Prime the Root.
yeah, Prime de Rouge. Yeah. I think it was 20. I'm gonna say 20. I think it was 2014, 2013, 2014. One of them. 2014. Damn. And I'm not going to go into the story because I could say it was not my fault, but whatever. I got booed. That's the end of my story. But my biggest takeaway was, you know, the first thing I said, being prepared for that opportunity that meets you and knowing when to say no to an opportunity. Because sometimes when you're hustling, you feel like everything that comes your way is meant for you.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily.
Yeah.
But always, also, how do you come back from that?
Right.
And I have this running joke with my friend where it's like, every time I do a show and I kill it, I would be like, yo, man, I'm still recovering from Winnipeg. Because that thing till today still haunts me. Follows me. And that's why I always want to give my best. Like, anytime no matter how much I'm getting paid, no matter, as long as I'm doing this job and I've taken this opportunity, I want to make sure that I give my best version of myself. And again, like I said, that's just my own takeaway. Whatever opportunity you find yourself in, never give a half-ass job because you don't know where that will take you or where that will put you in life. And you know, I guess people can apply that in many areas of their lives. But that was just my man getting booed, and guy, I never want to experience that again.
You're getting booed in a new city.
And your baby's in the crowd.
That was your first time there too.
Yeah, that was my first time.
Like hosting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was my first time in that city.
That's it at all.
Yeah. When you were going back there, the trauma
Did
on
you
that
get
flight.
PTSD?
No, when I went back there, I went that way. But that's the thing, like I had conversation with myself. I mean, obviously, like after the whole thing, I honestly didn't want to touch a
Touch your
microphone
mic, never.
for a while.
I can imagine.
Which is right, though. It's good.
I didn't want to talk a mic. I was scared to touch a mic. But obviously, I had the opportunity to then go back there like 2-3 years later, and I went back with vengeance, man.
Look at you now.
Vengeance.
Vengeance.
I was in full trouble, bro.
No.
Yeah,
Wow,
but-
that's crazy.
But I think that also saying that we all need sometimes a reality check. Because times, you know,
Yeah.
we all need a reality check. Something that balances us and tells us where you actually are in life.
Yeah.
Maybe these scammers now are real.
They don't be reality. They send me downer than the down now.
Nah, it was, you look back and you be like, okay.
They send me downer than down.
The other thing I can speak on, because I guess I didn't go too deep as you guys have been, but it's like everybody knows me. I'm not a 9 to. I mean, I'm a 9 to 5 person in the right place. Is what I've said.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a 9 to 5 person in a business that I have no. I'm at that point in my life where I have no. If I have no business being there, I can't be there.
Yeah.
And that's just where I'm at in life. I've said the things that I like and the things that I love and the things I want to be a part of. And if it's not favoring me, I'm not
Doesn't
going to be
make
there.
sense.
Right.
And I remember when I was before turning 28. I had
28.
before I turned 28,
Oh, okay.
I told my partner at the time. I said, "If I haven't made it by 28, if I haven't like done certain things, I was gonna quit altogether." And a month to turning 28, I was like, I hadn't gotten to
Where you want to be.
where I wanted to be, and
I think I remember that time where you fully like.
Come on. You moved the delivery period though.
Yeah.
no, I was gonna
Delivery
quit.
time.
I just spoke about it.
Yeah.
Because I never spoke about those things, I kept it to myself, and then obviously I spoke about it with certain people, and it was a thing of it's not that they had to drill that mentality that everybody has their own time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because when you're growing up as a Nigerian, no more. If you're not
It's
self-made,
timelines.
there's a time for you to be
Right.
self-made.
If you don't have your startup
Yeah.
by 29,
It's so
And
fun.
it's like,
you're field.
and you're firstborn, and you know that pressure and everything, and then obviously went on.
Like for real.
Opara.
And so understanding that everybody has their own time, and then I just think about it now sometimes, like, what if I stopped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all of the things that I'm doing now,
Completely different.
completely, I probably wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
these
BYB
spaces.
would not be here.
This podcast would definitely not be here. I can tell you for free.
Yeah.
And yes, again, like, I guess in line, just trust the process.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
man,
Yeah.
trust the process.
Like you don't give God a timeline. God has a timeline for you.
Yeah,
If you give God a timeline, you will most likely fail.
yeah.
Guys, we're talking about some deep shit. Eh?
For real, for real.
Episode 100. Please.
All right, let's lighten this shit up.
Oh yeah, you got to lighten it up.
Let's lighten this shit up. Oh my god.
That's why we left
bro.
yours last.
I didn't get scammed fully, but I almost got scammed of about $5,000. $5,000.
US or Canadian?
It was my credit card. My credit card was gonna be jeopardized. And like my credit card, like my credit card
Gonna be what?
jeopardized. All these jeopardized people.
English is not our first language.
Oh my god, we on fire.
We on fire today.
Okay, so
Vocabulary.
yeah, like and the thing is, the first time I got my credit card was when I had
You
to
don't get
finish
something.
university. I had to get credit card to pay off school fees and stuff. So since then, I've been building my credit card. So you know how when you're doing well, they keep adding.
limits.
You know, the limit is to the point where like I went to buy something one time. You know
And
when you can
decline.
tap a certain amount.
Yeah.
There was a certain amount from the shopping. I tapped it. The waiter, the cashier looked at me like, "Do you have a black card?" I was like, I tapped my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said, "Do you have a black card?" I looked at him like, okay, I should eventually.
Well, we'll
but
get
like
there.
the thing is nice enough that
Like
I
the
could-
bill he was about to
Yeah,
buy.
like 'cause some cards they won't let you tap
Yeah.
out. So I just want to give a like example of like the credit card or what was
Yeah.
at risk. So one fateful day I was just working. Like I work till 5, but sometimes I work later because I work from home and
Yeah.
I do whatever. So I get a call. I think I was still on my desk. It was at like 10 p.m. I get a call from BMO. Like I saved like the credit card number as BMO. So I get a call from BMO because I saved the number the way I usually save number. So it was from them. It's their number. So they call me and they say somebody was trying to use my card to buy a cruise, like, ticket to the Bahamas and stuff. That they just caught it right now
Yeah.
and that they need to
Verify.
get it done. And BMO has called me about this before, like, like fraud protection and stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't authorize any of that or anything. So they're like, okay, that's good. That's why we're calling you so we can block the attempt. So like, okay, now we're going to cancel your credit card so we can issue you a new
new
credit
one.
card. I'm like, okay, standard procedure. Because like prior to this, I had gotten 2 new credit cards.
Yeah.
Because they tried to use
Do
my
it
card.
before, yeah.
And BMO actually called me and we sorted it out. So they told me that they want to replace it. And then I asked them, I think I started getting skeptical. I'm like, okay, so normally BMO, they started asking me for my card information. I'm like, BMO usually doesn't ask. 'cause
They already
you
have it.
They just ask some questions like, what
Security
did you make
question.
on this
Yeah.
day? I'm like, okay, cool. BMO doesn't normally ask me for my card information. So I need to verify if you guys are actually from BMO. Like,
Yeah.
I asked them for what's the limit, like all that stuff, like what was the last payment? And they answered everything. And then they gave me the number of my previous card too. that I had exchanged. So I was like, okay, all right.
You've been working on your account.
My
bro.
guard went down. Right, my guard went down. So like, and then I went forward and I gave them my card number. They said, we need to confirm this and that. I gave them everything. They saved the 3 digits at the back. They saved it up onto the end. So they started going out, asking all the questions. They told me, oh, don't worry, we're going to do this. And then I started asking them, like, are you sure? Like, what if this is a scam? The guy, at some point, the guy said, oh, I understand your skepticism. You're a very smart man. Meanwhile, they're saying you're very dumb. So, anyways, they kept going. I kept going. So, like, I actually called Vaughn. I called him, like, something. I think I texted him, like, something fishy is going down. Like, these guys, someone tried to use my card. I actually asked her initially, did you try to use my card to pay for anything? She's like, no, I didn't try to. So I called her and I started getting skeptical. So she was not texting me, what's happening? I was still on the phone with these guys. And she was telling me, like, Reney, this is not. But I was telling her, like, they know my credit card. They knew my limit. They knew the last transaction I made on the card. They know everything. And this is what BMO normally asks. Yeah. And then they coming from BMO this. And so it seems legit, right? Yeah. So while I was explaining that, she kept going, Reney, hang up. I'm like, I was starting to get annoyed with her because I'm like, I told you they already told me all the information. Like, why are you just telling me to hang up? Like, listen to what I'm saying. So anyways, they started asking all these questions. Then I said, okay, they are going to, in order to close the card, like, they need to send me an information because the reason why the card was trying to go through is because the fraud protection thing on my card was deactivated. So they need to reactivate it. So they're going to send me an email with some codes. I just need to tell them what the code was, right? So they sent me the first, message with the code. I told them what the code was, right? So, and then the last message was supposed to say yes or no, right? To, like, they're going to, okay, they also said they were going to authorize, like, a fake amount just to kind of test it out, right? So anyway, they said they're going to authorize a fake amount just to test it out, but it's not going to be real. It's just a test, just to make sure the code works. This amount was like 4,800 and something.
That's the small amount.
That was a small amount that they're just going to author just to see. So they put that amount. I was just supposed to say yes or no. So, and at this point, At this point, Vonga was on the phone. Vonga was like, because I added her to the call. She's like, no, and this is sounding, fishy and this. And then, so I'll say that this part I'm going to say later on. So, and then I hung up the phone and then we called BMO. I called back the number. And then the guy that was speaking to at the other end's like, oh, they never tried to call me. There was no transaction on my card or anything. And then they're actually going to try and replace my card.
Because now it's under...
Because, now they actually have all the information now. Yeah. Everything is with them. Yeah. Literally, because it's a huge amount. I feel like if they had a smaller amount, it would have gone through. But because it's a huge amount... They blocked it. Yeah, so literally, I was a yes. Mm-hmm. Or no. Away from getting like 5,000 authorized on my credit card. Gone. So
and the codes were probably like authentication from that
I didn't do the yes. That first code, normally when I try to buy something, sometimes BMO will send me a code to say, that code, I already give it to them. So now it was just the yes or no. So I didn't put that yes. So that's when I actually called phone. I'm like, I hung up and I called back. So then the crazy part is on the email, the message they send you to authorize the Y, the name of the company is Free Money.
So if you actually like
the name of the company is Free Money, authorization this for Free Money, this is and that, say yes or no.
It has nothing to do with BMO. None of that.
The name of, if I had said yes, Mumu,
Free money,
I would have said
them.
yes to Free Money. Authorize 5,000 to Free Money to these people, and they would have just collected
free money.
And legit free money. And in that setup, you can't go and tell BMO that
because I authorized the Y. They were on the phone. They told me, they sent me the code. I sent them the code out. I authorized the Y. So now God of Israel. So so immediately I hung up. I called BMO and they set up new credit card, new information for me and stuff. These guys kept blowing up my phone, bro. They literally were blowing up my phone. They were this close to landing.
That's
like
big
almost
money.
5K.
They kept blowing up my phone, blowing up my phone.
Yeah.
So they kept calling me. So one time now, and I decided to actually indulge them, give them fake number, fake credit card, fake everything. They did the same thing where they transferred me to a supervisor oh, I forgot to say this part. They start talking to you. They're like, okay, we're gonna get you a new
To a
card.
higher.
But in order to get that, I need to transfer you to my supervisor,
To make
and
it
another
look-
person
So
comes
that
on the call.
so you're a lead. They
Oh my
qualified you.
God. They
and
qualified
sent
you to supervisor. So
I've
now
had
they,
those situations.
I did them when like so they started talking to me, and then I to give them fake everything. They transferred me to a supervisor. Supervisor was not talking, collecting numbers. They now took the number. I repeated the number to them. They kept typing the number. They're not like, oh, do you have a debit card, a master debit? Because the number I gave them, they noticed it did not work, but they didn't tell me it did not work because they're supposed to have it. So they say, oh, do you have a master debit? Then I asked me for my debit. I gave them debit number. They didn't know. So what? They're like, could you please confirm the debit? I'm like, I already gave it to you 3 different times. Why are you still asking me? So the guy, it got to a point where he was like, guy, please give me your debit card.
Are you serious?
They're
I was
actually
just like,
begging.
these guys are actually bastards. But like, I literally almost lost 5K, bro. It do me like film trick. And this happened
Wow.
in almost in the middle of the night.
Yep.
I want to sleep, man.
I slept though.
No, I'm like, imagine
if
if
I
you.
don't-
Oh,
yeah,
if it had
like,
happened,
you had
this summer says what they do. I for do one for June, do one for May, do one in July. No, but it's crazy. It was like they called me with BMO card and they had my previous card information. They had my address. I didn't even say that part. They had my address. They had my phone number.
They had everything.
They must have hacked
They had
BM.
everything.
So did they like hack BMO number? Or
They had
what?
everything. So I think my previous card that was compromised was probably the same people that were trying.
Yep.
Like they literally had me on fire because different people kept calling me different times with the same number.
Until they got you.
So they had me on fire.
You start seeing all those. This one calling from Berlin,
Yeah.
Montreal.
True.
Oh no!
Hamilton.
No!
Oh,
My,
you know,
it was BMO
Your
own
credit
was saying
card. I
BMO.
saved the number as BMO credit card.
And it was still
So they keep calling me with BMO credit card, the same number. And I could told the BMO guy, I'm like, do you realize that people are calling with you people's number?
Do you know? Apparently, there's some app that can make
Make
that
it
can
look
mirror
like their
numbers.
number.
Yeah, like a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not actually using their
But
number.
that was the
they're
first
just-
time.
Yeah,
that was the
they're
first time it
using-
happened to
mirroring
me,
the number.
and I was this close to typing Y.
Yep.
And I was getting stubborn too because I was telling the waveform was not saying don't do that. I was getting upset because I'm like,
Thank God you listened to her.
oh yeah, no.
This
it's not-
one time.
It's not that I listened to her. It was not.
Okay, you didn't even listen to her.
It's not that I listened to her. It was just like I was already skeptical. So it's not like she was
Okay,
telling me.
'cause I know you don't
I was
listen to
already
her,
skeptical.
so-
So it's like, says who? I listened to her. What do you mean? by
Come
that?
on, shift, bro.
My friend, get out of here. Listen.
man,
So it was
yeah.
just I was already skeptical. So like I just hung up just so I can.
So you
like,
take away from this conversation, listen to
my
Vung.
takeaway from this thing is not just listening. It's just it's just almost
Listen to your fiance.
actually now that you say it, like talk to somebody. Call somebody else on the phone, which I did.
Well, you
And,
just you call someone you will listen to.
I'd be skeptical.
Speaking of fiance, you're getting married.
Jesus
So
Christ.
congratulations.
Yeah. We are here. We are here.
However you choose to celebrate it, that's really up to you. But I
Give
wanted
us time, or give us 2 years.
I wanted to
yeah,
ask her, what are your thoughts? So there's been this like old conversation, but I wanted to get your thoughts because you're gonna get married and you might have a wedding and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about like the bridal versus groomsmen duties? Bridesmaids versus groomsmen duties. Apparently, the rumor is that women work harder as bridesmaids than male
Yeah.
groomsmen.
I think traditionally, like they've made it like that, and it's terrible. Like women just ask for more. You know the whole because the wedding
men, you're
situation, the wedding situation has switched to is the woman's day. It's the woman's day. Yeah. Because it's the woman's day. Whoever is
expectation.
attached to the woman
Has to work.
is working harder. Like men just make suits and show up. Like women have to do bridal shower. They have to meet up to sew the gown or whatever.
But
They
are
have
we
to
are
do
we
all
going to
kinds of
disqualify the fact that during the traditional wedding, for example, the groomsmen have to bring money to pay? You know, when you pay, the groomsmen to have to bring
traditional.
money.
Yeah, I think I was actually part of that Yoruba, especially Yoruba one, traditional this thing. Is an extortion party. Oh no, it's an extortion party. Like I was even part of a meeting of how the Alagas do it. It's like, literally for you to breed, you got to drop money.
They can't let the poor
Yeah,
be.
no, bro.
You can't be poor and be going
The
there.
poor are suffocating.
They've suffocated the poor there.
They are in the submarine.
Imploded.
They've imploded, bro. So now, like,
God.
I was part of like an actual Yoruba situation where we didn't go with money because we didn't know how. Nobody briefed us on how it was gonna go.
Yeah.
Like, and literally every step, they were asking us for money to drop money. We didn't have money that the groom's dad had to like bring out like a stack of money and squeeze it into our hands. So we can now go separate it and be bringing out money as possible. But it's an extortion party. It sucks. It's terrible. So they need to alienate all that. or maybe be open to just taking small like dollar bills, right? Like regular $1 bill, but
It's become an
So
industry.
this is the last question I'm going to ask you guys, and we can wrap it up. We've been here for almost 3 hours.
Jesus.
We'll be recording, bro.
love it.
Yeah. My final question for you guys, and this has nothing to do with everything we've spoken about today. It's a totally different question. But the question is, would you let
Couple pictures too.
then and now, would you let would you let your child, so if it's for Shemzi, would you let your son, if it's for Rennie, would you let your daughter date somebody like you?
Yeah. What? I'm fire.
Now I'm back when too.
Yeah.
When you were a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Rennie, how about you?
Yeah, I mean 1000%.
Back then and now.
Every
Yep.
time, every single, even the next life.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
You let your daughter date someone like you?
easy,
Yeah, no.
That's sorry. NImi.
easy.
Nah,
No,
bro.
not. See, I know you guys are looking at it. not the perception of what
People
people
think.
think.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, Omo. This is Mike self. They disagree with me. Relax.
Exactly.
No, but I know me, right?
Yeah.
So if we're talking about the me,
The me that you know-
yeah,
that
the
you
me
know.
that I know that is
Yeah.
the true me, for sure, 1000%. She has nothing to worry about.
Bro.
That's
Skittles with why?
Stop it, man.
I
there's
mean,
okay,
like-
no, you go.
I feel like I'll let my child date someone that, well,
NImi,
no, wait,
does not agree. She's like,
wait.
Let's start one at a time. The teenage you, would you say yes?
The teenage me, yes. Okay, yes.
Okay. The
teenage
current
me,
you,
yes.
would you say yes?
The current me, not fully. I would say like, I say, you know, 100%. Like if like I would be okay with them dating with somebody with my type of heart.
Okay.
I have a big heart, no problem. But in regard to other circumstances,
Where they jeopardize?
Where they jeopardize the art.
Whoever is listening to this and you're trying to mark this babe, you better be a good defender.
That's so circumstance.
She's circumstance. She go
how-
Ronaldo, you man.
How's about you?
Now my youngest self, no.
Current self?
Yeah.
That your
You're not
Yeah,
sure.
has come out.
hesitant.
Yeah, no, for me, me now, yeah. But my younger self, no. I needed time to get to my me right now.
My younger self was a very good person. Now I'm
I know that I think about it. My younger self was pretty radical.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't. No.
No, but like it's the growth.
Yeah.
right? Like you need
Yeah,
to
how about you?
grow.
Yeah.
I would younger and or because yeah, for sure.
Younger,
and
yes.
older.
Younger, yes, now yes.
Okay.
I agree with this one.
Confidence.
I've always had principle.
Mina is a lover boy.
I've always had
Yes.
principle from all my so whatever it is, yeah.
Why is this guy like that?
Because he knows inside school.
I mean, let's answer this question.
Answer
James
this
laughter
question.
is so contagious.
I don't know why all of you on this episode, you put it to change the perspectives of yourself. Like, Imina, I need you to please in the next 1 year get into a relationship, a solid one, right?
Second time.
What did I have to do with
Wait,
Second time.
Hey,
Don't not do what you say fuck me
Second
for.
time.
what did they fuck me for?
So I need you to actually get into a relationship, right?
Why?
Go on a couple of trips, right? Have a
Within
buoyant.
a year, that's a lot to ask
no,
for.
Yes, go have a buoyant bank account. at
No, I
least.
don't.
And
I pray for that,
two,
amen. I'm
three,
going to hide
Naza,
that.
be more available for the sake of God. Just be more available. Be more fluid in your availability. Fluidity is required. Don't be jeopardizing your life and other people's lives.
Only.
Two. Wait, listen. Shemzi,
Yes.
just be more available.
In what way?
Just be more available and and defend women less. Sometimes women are actually wrong. I guarantee you that women are actually wrong sometimes. Okay,
there's no better end to the
Maybe
That's
that's
my
what you be
request.
hanging around with.
That's
but
my
not mine.
request.
What about Dre?
Dre, you need to start accepting the hairline that Lord has given to you. Accept it. We don't need to be doing revival and resurrection and doing the holy cross on top of your.
When the Lord calls your headline home, let it go.
Let it go.
Submarine.
No submarine.
That's submarine.
Stop doing jungle swim. Just let it
go.
breathe.
The hairline is this no piercer.
Like all of you need to turn a new leaf. Episode 100, whatever happens 100 to 1, let it die. You people should turn new leaves. Positive leaves.
You need another leaf.
I know my leaf is leafing as it is. Need another leaf. Like, let's before we reach episode 200, let us come with testimonies.
Glory.
in the
Glory.
line of
Hallelujah.
constructive
Criticism.
Gentle parent.
gentle
Gentle
parenting. Do you have any gentle parenting to offer as well?
Gentle for sure.
Motherfucking
Constructive criticism, meaning no negative comments, only worded in positive ways. Imina.
Hey!
Now it's everybody. Come on. Okay, so Imina, you should move in the direction of putting yourself out there to find someone for you.
No, he's out there. He's out there. He's out there.
But he should be in the direction of finding someone for him,
that's
not
the-
out there.
accepting someone for him.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
You know the
What?
problem.
What?
When Mina eventually gets a relationship, we'll be more focused on him being in a relationship than who he's in a relationship.
That is the problem.
Yeah,
And that's a very big problem.
You guys want me to get into it?
Because it's not like
If
he may
that
not
person
be
is not
with
meant for
somebody
him.
good though, but he's with somebody.
But he's with somebody.
We'll take that one.
At least he's in a
At least he's in a relationship, which is a bigger problem because you rather be single than be with the wrong person.
Yeah.
So let's change focus.
You sabi me.
I got you,
How,
bro.
how about
At
this?
least 12 years
At my
Yeah,
wedding,
those
you
days.
need to come with a date.
Yeah.
Why
Why you say fuck me for?
At my wedding, I would like to see you with a
with a
girlfriend.
You would like.
Yes.
No. He said dates before.
No,
Date
you want
yeah,
to
with
go
your
there.
girlfriend. Who's your date? Yes.
Yeah,
No.
Ah, nah,
Yeah,
you're
no,
pushing
no.
it to your pushing.
No, you're pushing it.
But he already said-
Him as he
At least 2 years.
said he
You
already
need
gave
to
you
accept
2
your
years.
blessing and stop deflecting.
him as he is.
Me as
Date. As he is now. I can guarantee date. But girlfriend that is there, I think that's too much to ask
No,
for.
but this is why I digress.
Tell me within, because he's saying he's gonna give you guys 2 years.
Yeah,
so tell me
at least
within
2
2 years you cannot find.
Like, come on.
I'm not saying I cannot find. I'm not saying I can find.
Yeah.
But stop making our
But he's
ultimatum
saying
because
he would like.
I would
Yes,
like.
He would
This
like.
is not
He
an-
wants me to.
I want you to set.
It's called
A realistic timeline. I said 2 years. Yes.
No.
A date
Not
does not make
just
sense now.
timeline. A realistic expectation.
Okay, my realistic expectation is that by next year,
Yeah.
you have a couple,
You have lost.
see a couple of people, and by 2 years,
You should have
have a
something
girlfriend.
serious.
I should see a couple of people.
Yes.
I'm
I'm
seeing
not.
you people.
I'm not.
I'm seeing everybody. Yeah.
I mean, Nimi was saying something.
Okay.
My guy. I see you.
Let me continue, please.
Naza, approach life with gentleness.
That's like a gentle guy, no?
No.
Oh, he's not. Okay,
No,
okay.
no,
He
no,
doesn't
no.
approach life like
He
that.
doesn't approach life with gentleness. You need to approach life
He's a hippie
gently.
guy.
Carry gentle.
Gently. Just
Like
accept.
approach.
Yeah, gentle approach.
We've done gentle
approach.
parenting, gentle coaching, and gentle
Gentle
approach.
approach.
Lovely.
No radical.
No right, yeah.
You know,
No
if
radical.
I don't understand this advice.
The adverts.
The advice.
The
Like,
ad-
was it approach life being gentle? How you talking about?
Approach life with gentleness.
With gentleness.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to think about it overnight.
Yeah. Just
Something.
Let it-
I want to
think,
see.
think about
Let
it.
it marinate.
Let it marinate.
Clap your voice. Clap your
But if he marinate and I still don't understand, who do I reach out to?
Stew it. You can fry it. You can put it in the
Shout out to the
oven.
person that gave
I
you
have
the
to
FYI.
Yeah.
You can fry it. You can put it in the oven.
I don't know
You can
about
cook
this one.
it. Just let it marinate first.
Let it marinate.
Let it marinate first.
Shemzy.
Yeah.
What's poppin'?
We've just had.
Shemzy is a soft babe.
Come on, don't even try that.
Don't do this thing.
Wait
Don't even
now,
try.
wait
Shamsi
now.
has a lot of.
Take the
Shamsi has a lot of comments.
Renny gave Shamsi.
now.
Yes.
Well, accept when women are wrong, they can be wrong.
Shamsi needs to spend less time in the water. She's not mommy water. You're not a mermaid. You're not Haley.
Shemzy.
How can you put it in a positive way? Because it's like you're not.
No, it's not me that's saying it. She's the positive.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking Nimi to put.
Explore more hairstyles.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Every time I see Shemzy is always slick back with the
I've not seen
bun.
in braids before.
I've done braids.
I've seen her in braids, but
I've done
every
braids,
time I
I've done
see her in
twists.
person, she's always slick back with the bun.
Because it's the easy now.
Don't be annoyed. Yeah.
Why? Why am I annoyed?
The only problem with Shelly
Is her hair.
That's cap. That's cap.
Yeah.
She's fighting.
Let's allow the
She's fighting
agenda.
for women. There's
Women's
an interest and agenda.
Women
Women's
empowerment.
rights.
I
Yeah.
think this thing's strong.
Women's rights.
This thing is strong. This is the agenda.
They're already
Girl.
going through a lot.
Yeah. So now the only thing I'll fix is hair. Yeah.
Yeah, going to
You're working hard though.
They are already going through.
Okay.
Alright, keep
Renny.
drink.
I think I was about to be
Everybody,
jabbed by the
everybody.
truck.
Collect.
Oh, red.
Focus
Be
is
honest.
important.
Be honest. Yes,
Focus
focus.
is important. You need to focus.
Yes. That's very true.
They pick up when they walk.
That's it. This episode, what goes around?
Full circle.
Okay.
I'm interested in what Dre has to do.
Yeah, Dre.
What's good goes get.
Dre.
Lomo.
Okay. Okay.
They attack your hairline one more time.
No, now I can't afford to attack his hairline. That's not gentle enough, guys.
Yeah.
That's only for that's only for his boys. That's only for his boys.
Okay.
This guy's really thinking hard. Sha.
Like I'm thinking.
That's
I'm
crazy.
Wow.
We've had.
something.
I think that hairline.
have
Let me
one.
give you time. Let me give you time.
You say-
Why you're thinking of what
Okay.
you're listening? That hairline, this thing. You're only allowed to attack Dre's hairline if you've received a slap on the back from Dre before. If you have never received a slap from Dre before and survived, you do not have the right
Because
to attack his
Show your
hairline.
hand.
It's not even the hand. It's not even the hand. Jay does slap you for back before.
that hand, that palmy.
There's three slaps I've received in my life. One slap from one guy in my secondary school named Okezie. His hand did like this. He slapped me from the jaw upwards. It took me a while to recover. My father,
Andre.
he just slapped me for back.
That's the top list.
It's
Okay.
top list.
Alright, so Dre.
Dre, so
Now you've thought about it.
Dre can't be slapping people's back. So
This guy's very unoriginal.
I have one for you, Jay.
What do you
Nasa,
think?
I think we are doing a good job here of actually giving people something
To think about.
Because the energy was just
I
here.
have one for Dre.
We have one for Dre.
Yeah.
He should accept compliments a lot more often. He should be able to accept what people are telling him that he's doing good. He has a very hard time doing that, and it's time for you to do that because you are good at what you are doing.
Yeah.
You should accept it.
Yeah, I have one for Dre. I have one for Dre. Dre should learn how to say no. It's not everything you say yes to.
Yes.
Facts.
That's my own for Dre. You gotta know how to say no, man.
That's true, actually.
You get?
I'll keep my
I
own
don't
last.
get, man.
You have to get.
I think everybody's doing
You have to
fine.
get.
Not you acting like Shem's school. The Canadian school system.
My own is I think we should get together more and just, even if it's just, I'm not going to say brunch or whatnot because let's not be finding more avenues to be spending a little too much, because we can do more of, we can cook in the house and hang out, we play
Right.
games. It doesn't have
Play
to be
games.
drinking games or whatever,
Yeah.
but let it just be familiar. Oh, this weekend we can just chill in this place.
Barbecue.
Doesn't always have to be
spend more-
business.
let's
Doesn't have to
spend
be
more time
business.
together.
doesn't always have to be
outside.
holidays.
Like when we're growing up.
No, and also
from-
it doesn't have to be like work.
yeah, it doesn't have to be like work.
Yeah.
Like growing up, like a lot of times, like we have holidays where we like host a lot of people, do parties and whatnot. But it's not about that because that requires money and stuff. But let's all hang out as a family. Just be like, okay, this
Yeah.
weekend, this person, even if it's a day that is like a big game. Okay, we can just do it in somebody's yard. You understand? Let's buy light food and stuff.
Nice one.
Right.
Everybody. That's
See,
let's do that.
even see, let me tell you, even the money part, don't worry about it.
But
Let's gather. It's okay.
Let's do something because
It's okay. We got it. See, let me tell you one thing that happens. What I know in this group is like, even if we chop money too much, we cannot pay. Trust me, there's people
Somebody will
in
get
this
you.
group that will take care of it. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you. I'm
about
telling
it,
you
sweetheart?
now. Don't worry about it.
No, but it's true.
Yeah, no, it's facts. So don't even worry about the money.
Yeah,
this
Nathan.
thing. Let us gather. If I'll plan it. I'll plan something.
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is, what I'm
You don't
saying
see what you're saying, man.
now he's saying he planned it like.
He's not saying what you're saying.
What I'm trying to say is,
He
let's
say
do
it
more
does-
of it.
yeah.
Because when he say plan will now start getting a little too tedious.
Yeah, plan.
Before you know it, you drop it.
Yeah.
No, it won't be
Get what I'm
tedious.
saying?
I'm just
Before you know
saying.
it, you drop
No,
it.
No,
but he means
my
it's
planning.
scheduling.
Yeah, my planning is not let's
Yeah.
plan a cottage trip or sprint a
Yeah.
group. My plan is we are going here. We are going here on this day. Pull up.
But
You
men
get
no
me?
fly, oh.
You get me?
Yes.
Exactly. But we may not fly.
Let's
We
not fly,
we may drive maybe, and as time goes on, we may need
Like,
to fly.
All right, man. We
Yeah.
gotta get out of here.
Ah, man,
man.
damn.
It's good. Officially, this has been the longest episode we've ever
it's almost
recorded.
You can break it
Yes.
into two. You can break it into
Yeah,
two.
we're gonna do that.
We have to.
Again, I think with that last segue was just a thing of just giving compliments to people, your friends. When even if like there should be a special time to say something about that nice
Yeah.
about your friend or partner, or
AJ Styles, shout out to you.
or letting them know what's popping. Like if you feel something nice, tell them about it, compliment them. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the 100th episode of the Backyard Bants podcast. We gonna see what's gonna happen from here.
Yes.
We're gonna light some fireworks out of Rennie's car.
Jesus Christ.
Celebration is up to your imagination.
Summer solstice this weekend. This is
Yes,
at least the
sir.
first part. I don't know if
You
this part
have to
is
say the
coming.
date.
Don't
July
worry.
1st.
July
You don't know when this one will be.
Don't give away
Yeah.
too much. Don't give away
So
too much.
July 1st.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
we'll try, but
We'll try,
It's a
we'll
long
see.
episode.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Nathan who's stuck with us the entire process.
Yes.
Thank you.
Woo.
Man's fell
Even-
asleep 1,000 times.
We caught it. At some point, you were leaning.
He lit up I.
Big shout out to AJ Styles and the entire staff for having
Shout out
us
to
at
Giantski.
216 Lounge. You guys should make sure you guys shop AJ
Grocery, African Grocery.
I'm forgetting the name. It's supposed to be night. My bedtime.
AJ African Grocery.
Past my bedtime.
Yeah.
AJ African Store. The AJ is African Grocery. All
Grocery,
your good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Rennie, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
We've been talking about getting you on here
Been
for
a
a
long
long
time
time. So thank you for making the time to come out and kick it with us. NImi, a friend of the show, a friend of the family. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sign out. I'm your humble and gracious. I go by the name Mr. Dre. I've been in the building. We are in the building with my nearest and dearest of friends, plus a few special neighbors. Naza, sign up for us.
Like make I sign up.
Yeah, sign
up
for
for
us.
us.
Oh, my sign up.
Yeah.
Oh, ok.
Yeah.
C'est votre podcast,
Consistency.
Naza.
That's what it does.
C'est que c'est. Merci pour le regard de ton podcast. Au revoir.
Oui.
Yeah,
Oui.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Vibes Minister.
Yeah, for the 100th time signing out from this Ministry of Vibes is your minister, Imina, aka Dafri Igu, aka Triple E, aka the Patrician Igu, aka you know what has been popping.
Let's get it poppin'! Pop!
That's what's popping.
NImi, would you sign up for us?
NImi.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you already know what it is. You know, Backyard Banks. We here. We family. We live. Always is your girl Skittles with the white.
That's proper.
The rainbow.
It's the rainbow.
Taste the rainbow.
Very, very
With a
gently. Very, very gently.
Yeah, gently.
Gently.
Gently
Stations
stages.
are made with diamonds.
Rennie, sign up for us.
Yeah. Signing out from this 100 episodes. I appreciate you guys for having me here. It's been a pleasure.
Love.
I've been wanting to be here for a long time. I really appreciate this work of art.
True.
And I hope to be here soon again. You know,
Don't wait for another
when you
100.
raise the
this. Yeah. Is this episode going to drop before summer solstice? Do you know?
We'll try.
Okay, and if it drops before summer solstice, I'll pull up the summer solstice. Let's celebrate. It's going to be on Canada Day, July 1st. It's gonna be a day party, so we're not move at night. We move during the day.
We have
At
like
we move at godly hours.
Godly hours.
But yeah, see you guys there, celebrate there. But I'm hoping there's more to come from the Backyard Bants family, and I look forward to it.
Appreciate you, gang. Ladies and gentlemen, the powerhouse of the podcast.
It's your girl Shamsi, aka Ton We out.
Oh, my chest gave up. Oh my
The signing
God.
out one, I don't